much. It's getting cold now.
Yeah, you and your flip-flops.
Yeah, I thought the first time.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Pembroke. Today we see the clash of Phoenix being the visitors, Pembroke at home. It's an interesting 11 that Pembroke have out today, but joining me in the commentary box for today's game, James Cresswell. Good morning, James. Good afternoon.
Good morning, Craig. Yeah, it's promising to be a good clash, I think. Both teams are sort of in the lower half of their table. So looks like Pembroke are in the field and Phoenix are to bat.
I'm going to assume that Phoenix won the toss in that case.
Absolutely, you would. Yeah. So play begins on. Yeah, it's just about to start now, and it looks like Paranjay is going to open the bowling for Pembroke.
Ooh. Floated down the first one. He'll need to sort out his length. Phoenix get off the mark, and we're underway. Slightly overcast day, what I would term, and I'm sure my viewers, regular viewers, will know what I'm saying when I say it's a Simpsons sky. White fluffy clouds and blueness behind it.
Yeah. Big letters in the sky.
Yeah. Foxes, do.
So, yeah, off the mark on the first ball. Bit of wind's picked up all of a sudden. Bit breezy.
It's been a breezy week. We had typhoon on Tuesday, was it?
Yeah.
Got absolutely soaked that night. Yeah, it was that night because the first were training. Right, another ball.
That's a bit better.
Oh, that's much better. Good line, good length, getting the batsman just to parry at it at the outside off. It's a very snazzy top the batsman's wearing. Not quite fitting in with the Phoenix club colours, but I suppose it's close enough. And we have a guy here who's in the field. I presume this is Harsh.
No, that's Addy.
Addy. Okay, I've got a few names to learn here on the Pembroke team.
Ooh.
Another one just going past the edge of the bat.
The Harsh is in sort of second slip position, I suppose you'd say. 1.5 second.
The day glow shoes.
Yeah.
You're not going to miss those on a dark night. I see Charlie doing the fielding on the mid-wicket boundary. He'll be using his baseball throwing skills from there.
Oh, big swipe there by the Phoenix batsman.
He's determined to get something on it, isn't he?
He's in a hurry. He doesn't want to have any patience there, so he wants to be careful. Just nerves, I suppose.
Yeah, in which case, why is he opening?
Well, there is that. So, got quite a stacked offside field.
Wide signalled. First one of the game.
Just trying to entice him to have a wild shot outside of off stump. Concedes a wide though. So we have keeper sort of second slip position, deep third man.
Well, I don't like this third man position here in front of us.
No, I don't think it's...
Oh, did that carry through? I think it might have just bounced in front of the hands, but you can see there are opportunities here. Fielder himself looks a bit downcast, as if he did put it down, but...
Yeah, it's a sharp enough chance. I think it died, probably was a low chance. I'd actually like to have Addy up on the circle or on back.
Or on the circle or back, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's sort of a bit of no man's land.
Just between the two is no good to man nor beast.
And the way he's swinging on it, I think he'd be better off...
There's another slip.
Well, absolutely, either in the slip or on that 30-metre circle. Anyway, first over done, and we have been given the batting card. So who we have here?
Best of luck, Ben.
Yeah. Let's just say Praveen Jaya is opening with Adil Nazam. Nazam. Apologies for pronunciation. I am Australian, so got to cut me some slack. English is the second language. Okay. After first over, it's none for 2 runs. Captain Prashanth now making adjustments to the field. So Viab is going to begin the bowling at the St John's end, or as I used to say, when they get the stand, planning for the actual stadium, it's going to be the Kieran Volker stand, memorial stand. Just waiting for Michael Clark to get that one pushed through. Anyway, Prashanth has now put himself into cow corner position.
Well, it might not be a bad one. He's got nobody at mid-on or long-on, so plenty of room to drive down the ground. There is a fielder at long-off. Well, I think the umpire was quite right. He had 2 looks at that to make sure it was wide, but it was wide enough. Starting with leg spin.
Yeah, he can be quite a dangerous bowler, Vihab. He generally moves it away, but he has a couple of balls that go straight on.
Well, that was a very
interesting call.
Yes. Well, that will give the Pembroke fielders some hope that if that's the level of communication between the 2 batsmen, they could end up in a bit of trouble.
I actually think, just looking at the Pembroke field now and the way he played that all those guys on the offside should come in about 5 or 6 paces at least. There's singles there everywhere.
Yep.
And it's only because the 30-yard circle is 30 yards, and it's actually I think they should come into 20 yards, especially behind the bat.
Well, our regular viewers, of course, would be well aware of my views on such things. Who bowled the first one?
Paranjay.
So we'll just mark those in. This one gets past diving keeper, running down towards square leg boundary. They're looking for 2. Fielder gets it in.
Bit loose, whoever threw that in.
Bit of ground to make. Doesn't help the umpires all in black as well. It's definitely a very black day in terms of the gear. Phoenix and Pembroke both favouring. Phoenix generally go with black and green and red. And Pembroke, of course, just black and red. Well, this team's had a much more successful season so far this year, James.
Yes. We've been lucky enough that we've had an influx of 3 or 4 new players who have become basically the backbone of the team. We've also had some youth players come through which have strengthened it, the likes of Eli and Rafe. And there's been a bit of experience that stayed around. So it's been, but some new blood in the team has been most welcome, and they've been enthusiastic and talented. So it's made us more competitive. So we hope that they stick around and become the sort of foundation for both the 4s and the 5s as the years come by, and maybe even higher. Ball hit down to, I guess, a long on sort of position just for the 1 run. Interesting.
Plenty of air on that one, lifted out on the offside. It goes through Charlie. He's going to have to chase after it, but I think that's Rafe Duncan.
Rafe Duncan doing it.
Oh, it does.
Great. No, didn't quite get
work
there.
Charlie quick to signal, but also to congratulate his teammate on his speed getting there.
Rafe's got a slightly sore shoulder there. Let's hope he hasn't done anything that's any serious. Doesn't look like it, but really put his body on the line for that one. Unfortunately, couldn't stop it. But that's a level of commitment that you like to see as a captain. Anyway, that's another over done. So, a bit expensive there for Pembroke. They conceded 9 in that over. That's now, after 2, it's now none down for 11. Paranjay to continue. Just making, the captain's just discussing the field with the bowler, I think, just to make some fine tuning elements of it. I think maybe just start with the traditional field, really.
No need for anything too unusual at the moment.
I still would bring this third man up into almost like a third slip or even just a gully.
Quick thought for you here, James. He's bowling the seamer from the SMC end, and the spinner from the St John's end. But does he not have a bigger sort of cow corner if the spinner was bowling from the SMC end?
Well, when I've captained the sides, I prefer to have the pace from the St John's end, and the spinners from the other end for that reason, because you do have a little bit more dirt to give you that option to either have someone down there deep for the catch, or it's just going to make it harder for the batsman to actually put that away for a 6. Where on this end here, it's a little bit shorter. St John's end's always a bit shorter, especially when you're on pitch 1, as they are today. Well, in some ways you could always argue the point, though, that as long as they bowl tight and to their field, it shouldn't make any difference. But I suppose that's why you're in Division 16 and not in Division 1. Because
good delivery right up in the block hole, doing his best to get it under the bat. Sorry there, James.
No, it was good. It was a good delivery. I would love to see more of that, actually.
It's good to know he has that in his armoury. Certainly sort of delivery you want at the death of an innings. And again, it'll be interesting to see how the new skipper goes today.
Just ball played out on the leg side, square. Charlie picks it up, just concedes the 1.
Good arm.
That's a very good arm. Good return, straight to the keeper above the stumps. No, I think it's going to be an excellent challenge for Prashant. He's captained the side a few times this season, showing great promise. It's as we both know, it's a role that takes a little while to learn. Some learn it faster than others.
We know.
Oh, that's a big. Oh, that was a big slash, and he got away with it.
That could have gone to a fielder's hands. It could have gone to the fence. It chose the fence on this occasion. 4 runs onto the total. Yeah, it's good to see other people standing forward and taking on the mantle of captaincy. So it's a great relief to yourself, especially James, in your administrative role this year.
Well, it's like any I think team. You need to have a couple of guys coming through the ranks who know how to learn the basics of captaincy, and it's not just basically getting the team out there and. You've got to set fields, you've got to adjust fields, you've got to think about who's bowling and where they're bowling and how many overs are going to go. You've got to be, there's quite a bit that you've got to take on board, and it's good if they can learn that skill base. And even when they're not captaining, if they can still think of it that way, so at least you can go up to the captain on the day and say, listen, how about we do this, or maybe we should change that. Because, even the best captains sometimes get it, wrong, or could just be can't cover everything. So it's been nice to actually have guys who are learning the craft, and they can give an expert opinion that on something especially you can miss, and that's what being part of a team's about as well, in my book anyway.
Very
so,
nice, yeah,
I think he's doing a great job. I think he's
got a good mix of youth and experience, as you said, out there on the field with him today.
I think probably, no offence to Charlie, but I would probably put, in my opinion, someone like a Rafe or someone out in cow corner if he really wants to have a catching option. Charlie's doing very well, though. Charlie can catch.
Well, it's there. It's mishit. It comes into Andy Hill. Andy Hill gets his body, his hands and his mind behind that one. And that's the first wicket down. Oh, Jesus, a weird, bad ball gets a wicket.
Yeah, I think the batsman was actually looking to the umpire to say, was that not no ball? It was definitely a full toss, but wasn't deemed as a no ball. Haven't seen the replay yet or anything, or maybe there isn't one. But anyway, it sounded awful off the bat. It sounded like it hit him almost in the splice. He just didn't get anything nice on that, and went straight to mid wicket, and a great catch taken by Andy Hill.
Andy Hill, who's had a bit of a indifferent season, shall we say, with regards to catches.
Yeah.
But he certainly made sure of that one, the way he slid and got his body underneath it and clutched it to his chest.
Well, as a captain, the good thing about Andy being in the team is that he's agile, he's fast, and he does have safe hands. Okay, especially last season, for instance, he was amazing in the field and he did some great catching and instrumental in some excellent run-outs. He hasn't been able to play as much cricket this season, so that's probably has a little bit of impact on. But I think he's done very well, and there's another great catch, and that's a breakthrough that Pembroke would be delighted to have this early on in the innings. So.
One down, 17 on the board, and we're in the 4th over. And it's the leg spinner. Well, we say leg spinner. It was a full toss. I don't think it got much of a chance to turn, but it certainly was high on the bat, and he could get no power on it.
Oh, that's...
This one, I think, had bat involved, despite the appeal. It's come off the bat, run down to the boundary, and we'll see the umpire just signalled out as 4, definitely off the bat.
Yeah.
But my goodness, he nearly got him there. His bat and feet were all in a tangle, but he just managed to get enough of the bat on it to run it down to fine leg. 4 more runs, and he's off the mark. This is Vinay Arbat, who's come in at number 3. And as I say, he's got off the mark. Perhaps fortunately, got a good bit of dip on that delivery. This one a bit shorter.
Yeah, well defended, that ball. That's, in T20, you don't have to go after everything. That's IPL. I think IPL and T20 are 2 different things, even though they're the same, format.
Yeah,
but
no, very much so.
Have a look. If in doubt, there's no point being in the shed. But this is good from Pembroke. A wicket, and then, okay, they conceded the boundary, but it was a very lucky boundary. And now 2 dot balls. They'll be feeling pretty confident now. It's good bowling. Just needs to keep it pretty simple. He's flighting it well. And he's bowled it across the line, and a ball that he should have defended or at least played straight.
Right, we go a blind replay.
And that is a beautiful delivery. Floated up nicely.
No.
And it's night time all of a sudden. They're back in the daylight.
Do a blind replay.
Okay.
Well, it was just like a blind replay because you couldn't see anything there.
That was a lovely delivery. I mean, a beautiful flight. Just
really got it to dip at the end.
He did it, and the batsman's eyes just, you can tell from here, just lit up and thought, this is going away. Oops, no, it's not. Crunched into the furniture, and that's 2 wickets in this over.
Let's try that again.
2 wickets in an over.
We call v for short. We call him V for short, and too late. No, we didn't get it. Oh well. Some technical issues here today, but seagulls are interfering or something like that with the technology. But anyway, we saw it. We can always replay or rewind later on.
You're on YouTube. All you have to do is double tap the screen on the left-hand side to take it back 10 seconds at a time, and you can have as many replays as you like. Well, 2 wickets down, 1 caught, 1 bowled. This is the ideal start for Pembroke.
This is excellent. All of a sudden, Phoenix might be feeling a bit like, we have to be a bit more cautious here. We've still got a long way to go.
Well, this is the captain's come in now. He's come in at number 4. Mark Gargan. Wow.
Looks like a left-hander.
He certainly wouldn't have wanted to be in this early. I wonder if he was scheduled to come in number 4, or he's just seen that there's a leg spinner and said, right, left-hander against leg spinner will be the matchup he wants. Ball turning into
Possibly,
him.
yeah. Or he may have just been number 4 anyway. Yeah. Anyway, they're making adjustments to the field, just trying to get it right for the left-hander, right-hander combination. We really spread the field out. I don't know if that's necessarily the right way to go about, but
here we go.
They think he's going to...
They just dipped, and he's played all across the line. It's hit him on the pad. He's out LBW. He's out bowled, and I tell you, Subaru probably could have stumped him as well.
Yeah, it's ugly all around. Yeah.
He won't.
Awful shot.
He won't look back on that with any fondness. Oh, that's got to be.
Yeah, it's too high.
It's out.
It's given him.
He's given him. The player isn't happy. The umpire is leaving. No, the umpire's having a chat with the non-striker, but that looked fairly straight on. I hope Niall can bring up a replay that perhaps brings a bit more illumination than the last replay. But that's a third wicket down, and the captain has gone first ball.
And now he's on a hat-trick. V's on a hat-trick.
Is that the end of the over?
I think it might be. Anyway, there's... Pembroke will be ecstatic about that. All of a sudden, we've gone... Here we go. Yeah, pitched in line.
Might even have done too much.
I think it was high and wide.
High and wide, actually. I think it's very unlucky to be given.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pembroke won't mind. 21 for 3 after 4 overs. They've got the run rate down to just over 4 and over.
Yeah.
But most importantly...
Way too high, I thought. It's going over. No, maybe on that angle. It might have... But I think it might have touched and may have hit the stump. Anyway, it is what it is.
Look, this is Division 16, and the fact that we're questioning an umpire giving out a decision, whereas normally we're going the other way many, many times. So, you know, fair play to the Phoenix umpire. He obviously thought it was out. He gave it out, and that's the way the game is played.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to give it out as you see it.
So,
anyway, there's 3 wickets down.
4 overs gone.
And Pembroke are definitely would feel like they're in the ascendancy now, and I think any rational-minded person would think the same thing. Now it's all about partnership for Phoenix. Stop this mad swinging and start building.
Well, you see, this is the thing. As the further they fall behind where they think they should be, the more the panic is to go for big shots, which then it's a spiral.
Usual thing. What have you got? 66 balls left. That's at least 66 runs you should be thinking of to bring you up to. Well, that would bring you up to 80,
nearly
87.
90 anyway.
You know, you're going to get a few boundaries in there. So
100 is.
Yeah, you're looking at 100. So
Dinesh Nadeal, the wicketkeeper for Phoenix, he's the next man in, but he won't be facing. And V will be on a hat-trick for the first ball of the next over, because I'm telling you this now, because in case we forget.
And this is change of bowler. Andy Hill down to bowl.
Interesting move.
Yes, he's a very effective spin bowler. He almost bores his up. And yes, they've got another one out straight away. The big swing, and he just clips it straight down to... Oh, I guess it's a backward point almost, you know, and he's disgusted with himself, as he should be. That's not the shot you want to play. Keep it down. And that's, for Pembroke, there's 3 wickets and 3 balls.
And Pembroke now have made the situation whereby Phoenix have 2 batsmen at the crease and neither one of them has faced a ball. Well, this is super stuff from Pembroke. Team hat-trick.
Yep. Talk about the wrong day to take a day off.
Yeah. Andy Hill!
Catch. Oh, it's a catch and a wicket for Andy.
Does he now enter your MVP considerations?
Probably that might be slightly premature, but Rafe is doing quite well. He took a screamer, a beautiful catch. It wasn't really like a running, diving screamer, but it was a huge high and long hit out in the junior mat was a week or 2 ago, and in quite sort of overcast conditions, and took it beautifully. You know, just positioned himself well, took this huge catch, which basically I think probably started the change of the game for Pembroke, and we went on to win that game. He had an amazing day, he and both Connor Crowley, 2 younger players that came into the team. And
well, aren't they going to go through the sides quite quickly?
Rafe got wickets, got runs, and took a spectacular catch. Connor got 4 wickets that day.
I think Rafe will be playing possibly a game or 2 for the thirds before the end of the season.
Yeah, the way he goes, he's looking incredibly good in top touch this season at the moment.
Well, the way this game is going so far, we better tell you who the incoming batsman is before he faces a ball, and it's Hashmi Khan. He's coming in at number 6. And at the moment, Adil Nazim, well, he disappeared, having scored 8, I think. But this is... Well, Phoenix.
They're just struggling to get their pads on, I think, at the moment. So we'll just take a commercial break. But
Checking with the scorer. The score was 21 for 1. Well, in fact, it was 17 for the loss of no wickets. And here we are now, 21 for 4.
yeah, some collapse, all right. And again, it's just
Rancho Collapso. Lack of application?
Yeah, just really, really ordinary batting. I think this is where, especially maybe the youth side of cricket, confuses IPL with T20. And you don't have to hit every ball for a 6. You're not good enough, otherwise you would be in the IPL. And to come out your very first ball and have a shot like that, which is just a wild shot. It wasn't even, I'm over it, I've got my head straight and I'm balanced and I'm just going to try and pop it over the bowler's head or keep it on the ground. It was just a wild swing. Caught the toe of the bat, just popped it up there to, I guess, backward point, and thanks for coming.
Well, many congratulations and thanks to the 8 of you who have tuned in at the moment.
Here we go.
Normally you go for the end of a game. He's gone big. It's a big hoik, and it's just gone in the air.
He's probably a bit harsh. Maybe he did keep his head straight, but it just seemed to be...
The only person optimistic here was the non-striker who started running. Everyone else was just watching the catch be taken.
What a
fine
good
catch.
Yep, very fine catch there by Rafe. And as we said before, as the new batsman has finally got his pads on, he's straight into the crease. We now have 3 wickets down in 3 balls for Pembroke. So this is going to be a good challenge for this player and his other teammate. As Craig said, both haven't faced a delivery yet, to build a bit of a partnership here, to give Phoenix something to defend.
Well, 21 isn't that total, but that's where they are at the moment. And Andy Hill, well,
all you can say, really, I can say, is great captaincy by Prashanth. And good bowling, good support by his bowlers and his fielders.
square leg umpire's a bit deep.
Yeah, I think he wants to be in the next neighbourhood, maybe. Yeah, he's a long way away.
He was about 45 metres away. This time, Andy Hill is swept to mid-wicket. It's a big, good throw. Oh, that wasn't far off either. Fine piece of fielding in the deep. Is that Eli Clark down there?
That is Eli Clark, yes. Yeah, that's just a bit too full by Andy, just trying to Yorker him, I would suppose. But they pick up two valuable runs for Phoenix.
Well, they get off 21, and let's be honest, 21 was an awful number for them. They lost 3 wickets with the score on 21. They've now moved on to 23.
Team hat-trick.
It was a team hat-trick, and we've mentioned that, yes.
Andy flied in the ball nicely.
And it's another one in the air, but this time it clears the fielder in a bit close. I really think that, you know, if they're going to play that sort of shot, they obviously haven't got the power to clear the boundary with that.
Bring Eli on the 30-yard mark.
Yeah. Yeah, by all means, have the fielder in tight, but have somebody just behind him.
Yep.
In fact, they're moving him out. Now they're giving away the single.
Lots of comments. All Graham Mooney.
Yeah.
Afternoon, Graham.
Graham, how's Rome? Oh, it's a
Bit full again,
Yeah.
but this time the field is set perfectly. Charlie
Right
Gets
in behind
there.
the hole again.
and just a single. Well done, Charlie.
good arm.
I have to go and see what Mr. Mooney said.
Okay.
Because if he mentions why didn't they time out the batsman,
You'll kill him.
Yeah. Okay.
oh my
Can Andy finish it?
God.
He did, didn't he?
He did.
You did, yeah. We knew you would, Graham. Andy to the last ball over. Oh, it's great flight. Oh, goes for the big hoik again, but just plays all over the top of that. That was good over there by Andy.
Well, it's certainly an eventful over. 26 for 4 after 5.
Now V to continue, as you would, and he's now on a hat-trick.
Just waiting for Mr. Mooney's next comment. Time him out.
Bless you, Graham. Bless you. Go see the Pope.
I think he's been seen the Pope.
Right.
Hang on, it might have been pipe. No.
Yeah.
Right. Well, who's taking this over?
I'd say V, you'd be struggling to get the ball out of V's hand after the last. He's picking up 2 wickets, or maybe even 3, has he?
That would be.
This will be his 3rd. But considering he's on a hat-trick, as James says, it'll be a brave captain who tries to pry the ball out of his hand. It'll be like the NRA.
So he's just making adjustments to his field now to try and get it right. I actually think it's too deep.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the power to find the fielder there.
And also, how are you going to get the...
The same with Rafe Duncan here at mid-wicket. I think the 30-yard circle is quite sufficient and also makes them think twice about singles. If he puts one over your head, over a fielder's head,
So
then
what?
fine, we can make the change.
Yep.
But at the moment, let's try and keep the pressure on. Hat-trick ball.
No one's going to catch that.
That was just a full toss played out, but well done the bowler. 2 in 2. Hat-trick doesn't quite come off for him, although it came off for Pembroke when Andy Hill took a wicket with his first ball. And now...
Well, it's probably, the Pembroke captain is just thinking, okay, I don't mind conceding singles. We can chase that down.
Faster ball, but it's on the leg side. It's running down to the club, and even Charlie won't get to that one.
Played away nicely, just, a bit loose. These two, the start of the over's been a bit loose there by V. Maybe it's just the breeze or just can't get the grip on the ball or trying too much, maybe. But anyway, a welcomed boundary. Cheers.
Enjoy the wine.
That's
wide.
That's a
He's
bit
taking it on. There's no run there. The ball comes in. He's out.
He's getting run out. He's getting run out, and he's not happy. Throws the bat down in disgust, and I think some of these umpires might have to find alternative arrangements to get home tonight.
Wow.
But if they're out, they're out. Here we go. Hopefully we'll get a replay.
Was his angle with the umpire or with his partner? I think it was his partner.
It's always fun. Yeah, I think his partner... Well, his partner didn't seem to move, did he? Or did he get halfway down and decide to go back to his crease? Let's see if we can find out. But another wicket down for Phoenix. That's okay. I think there was just confusion there and not the aggressive communication that they might have needed. I think one of them should have yelled out very, very...
Well,
here we go.
Here we go. He's hit it out.
His partner...
He's gone yes. His partner's gone no. And he's come up 4 or 5 yards. He's stopped almost to have a conversation with his partner. And his bat was in the air.
Yeah, he was out, definitely out.
Well, when he sees that back, perhaps some of his bat throwing might be reconsidered.
Yes. No one to blame but himself. His partner, maybe his partner.
Was very clear.
Maybe just needs to speak up slightly, but he had no intention of running.
Part of it was he wasn't looking at his partner.
Yes,
he was
exactly.
head down running.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's just popped back up. Well, V deciding against the full-length dive and some more. And lets them take the single, but it's another one in the air, another opportunity. And look at that scoreboard, 32 for 5. Well, this is beyond our dreams, James.
Yeah, from
the
a
last
Pembroke point of
5
view.
years, we've been slogging our ways around the fields of Leinster, and we've rarely had sides in this sort of trouble.
Yes, this is
You were talking about the influx of new members, and my goodness, they have made a difference.
absolutely. Look, great quality. I mean, V's had a great season with the ball. He's been very consistent. Gets wickets every game. Shanth is learning to be a good captain. Subaru,
Another one in the air.
Eddie will get there.
He's found turf this time. 2 fielders converge, and they keep it down to a single. But again, it's more stuff in the air. I think there's some genuine aggression in the Phoenix side at the moment. I think they're a little upset with the scoreboard and with their teammates.
Yeah, still a bit rash to have it in the air. I mean, in some ways, though, it probably wasn't the rash shot in the fact that everyone's so deep that if you just sort of chip it,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter because there's no one there to catch it. That's why I think that having all your players on pretty much, not all of them, but most of them on the boundaries.
I like the way they've brought Rafe in again.
Yeah.
Rafe back into the ring. I'm sure that's to make sure that they have enough players in the ring. But he's at third, and that's that sort of slash at Andy Hill outside the off stump.
I actually think Addy here on sort of what do you call that? Fine leg is a bit wasted. Maybe.
Oh, that one.
I would actually bring him in on a single, almost a square leg, or even just maybe on the same angle, but just bring him in really tight.
Yeah, make the guy think about possible sweeps.
And if he goes, if he gets a top edge and goes over his head, okay, well, look,
so be it. This is good bowling from Andy Hill.
Got them wondering.
Sorry, let me say that again and take the shock out of my voice. No, Andy, of course, took that 5 for 20 a few years ago now.
Yeah. Almost plays it back onto his stumps.
In fact, the better Andy's bowling, the slower he bowls.
He does. If he tries to put it through too quick, he does have a quick ball, which is effective, but he is more devastating when he floats it up really slow, almost to bore the batsman to tears.
That one's clubbed out, but again, the field is set right. Eli Clark is the one with the very long barrier. Very effective.
Just a single. Backed up well. Oh, they're going to... Yeah.
Oh, there's a decision. My goodness, Phoenix. Well, have these 11 guys met before? Well, did they all come separately to this ground? Because it seems like a few of them haven't met.
Well, they're not talking to each other in a very clear way, are they? If you're going to say that, either yell out no or yell out yes and commit. Get your head down and run. Put the fielder under pressure. I suspect that the guy in the non-strikers at the moment is very conservative in his running and doesn't really like to run on anything that's sort of remotely suicidal. So that's fair enough. But if he's like that, then don't do the suicidal run. There's big gaps of singles and twos here, and that's where I think Phoenix would probably focus. Oh, that's a bit loose. Oh, yeah, again.
He's got away with it, though. Just a single. And as you said, Pembroke won't really mind the singles at the moment.
No, they'd be confident that they could chase down over 100, you'd think, if it goes that far. And he's just straining his line a bit here. Just probably trying a bit too much or experimenting with a few different balls, but just needs to keep it. Here we go. Oh, playing across the line. He got away with it, but you could see that was going to be, either if I don't hit it, I'm LBW.
They take two.
Bowler just strolling down. Ooh.
Oh, lads. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's all be on the same page.
Anyway, I'm not sure what these got. These both have scored a couple of runs now, so it's the beginnings of a partnership for Phoenix.
Well,
when they came in,
Hashmi Khan, he's made double figures. That must make him leading scorer at this stage, I'd have thought.
Yeah.
Nicely played, nicely kept out. And Trakula Nagavenu, he's the number 7 batsman. He's on 1 at the moment, as you see. We have no live scoring today, so no fancy graphics and worms and Manhattans, but we do have the scoreboard, and you can see that in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Well, Phoenix, I suspect, won the toss and decided to bat. And, well, if they did, they'd be wishing they hadn't. 38 for 5 at the end of that over.
Yeah, this is definitely not the start that they were hoping for when they got up this morning. Cricket's a funny thing, though.
Change of bowling.
Change of bowling. Eli Clark. Bring on the pace again. Eli, who's come up through the youth ranks in recent years and played some games for the Fifths over the last year or two and has been very effective. He's got some good wickets and some great runs this season.
It's more than 6 overs.
They want to be very careful.
Well, it started at this end, didn't we? No, we started at the far
Start
end.
at the far end.
So that means it's an odd number now.
Yeah.
So it's 7 gone.
There it is.
Yeah, 7's up now. We've updated that. Okay. So Eli has this good ability to swing the ball in from sort of just outside off the middle stump.
Do you know, I have a feeling Eli's going to take a wicket. It might even be with this ball, because I just feel that The batsman's going to underestimate Eli Clark, and he'll do so at his peril. It's in the air.
Just a bit short there, just a loosener.
Well, again, another one that just cleared the circle. So, singles, no problem. Determined young man, striding back to his mark.
Yeah, he just needs to find his line and length. I think he'll be quite a handful.
Another one just pulled out to the leg side. This one hits the fence, and that must be the first boundary we've seen for a while. We saw one down here earlier on that the keeper missed, I think.
There was one down.
There was one down there
near the clubhouse as well. So
Yeah.
they've been a bit few and far between though, but that's a much needed boundary for Phoenix. Give the batsman a bit of confidence there.
It's still a 5-4 field, 5-4 on the leg side. He's got this fielder down here at long on, who I feel should really go round.
Yeah, I think he's
onto
wasted
the
there.
fence.
I don't think anyone's hit up there yet, and I don't think they will. They're very much across the line sort of batsman. Tried to just run that one down to third man, or fine leg, I should say, and no, third man, and almost got himself caught. But
you can see again, he's looking to the leg side, this batsman, opening himself up for LBW and bowled, and hopefully caught included in that too.
yeah,
This one's lifted out in the offside, and that's a good shot. It's going to run
Yeah.
away and reach. Oh no, pulled up in front of the boundary. The rain of the week obviously has slowed up the outfield a bit from the lightning fast we saw a month or so ago. But,
also it is a big pocket down there on that side of the ground, so it's always difficult to, especially when you've got two fielders down there who are not too far away from the ball. But it was a good shot. It's probably actually one of the best shots that I've seen Phoenix play today.
Wait, you don't have played it away. Eli Clark comes in. This one, the off-cutter. You could see his hand very deliberately coming round on the ball on that one. Slower ball. And when you've just been hit, slower ball's a brave ball to bowl for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, he's courageous. But well done. He executed it well. I just think he hasn't quite found the line yet, or the length. But it's just a matter of time. So he's popped it up, top edge.
Well, again, these Phoenix batsmen, they are going for everything. And that's the end of Eli Clark's first over. Not a bad over. There are a few runs from it. 7 runs came from that over. But that's 8 down now, 8 gone, and 45 for 5. Still a very good scoreboard from a Pembroke point of view.
Well, it's that wickets in that have gone, isn't it? You know, Phoenix are leaving themselves quite a bit to do. Now, these two need to put on a solid partnership here from a Phoenix point of view. I'd say that if someone falls now, we've still got 10 overs to go, for instance, then I don't know if they'll last the distance. We don't know what their batting's like. But it's a big of an ask for, number 8, 9, 10, 11 to come in and try and score big scores for you. That's not their job.
You only have to ask. We'll give you a hand now. Is this change of bowling? Andy Hill.
Paranjay's back on, by the looks of it.
Andy Hill, he's had a couple of overs, took a wicket with his first ball, but now returning to the openers. Captain, he does think about the game. I mean, we've sat with him in the commentary box as well, and you can tell that he reads the game of cricket very well, and he knows the game. So sometimes it's hard to translate that to on the field as well. You're getting one ear dropping out.
So back again, stereo. No, I think he's a quick learner, Prashanth. I think, and one of the things that I learnt from you, which I've sort of mentioned to Prashanth as well, is that having short, sharp spells, in my book, is generally a better way to go about it, especially in a T20, because it just keeps the batsman guessing and not sure, they can't get comfortable against a bowler.
Especially in T20s, I think, even one over spells. It depends how much you trust your bowlers as well, because sometimes you find bowlers need an over to find their line and length, and then if you take them off, they need to find it next time as well.
Yeah, you need guys who can switch on straight away.
Yeah.
At worst, have one loosener and then it's, right on the money. Anyway, Paranjay's bowled pretty well today. There you go. It's only one.
Now, there are times as well, and something I did pick up over a few years of playing cricket, was bowlers reach an age whereby you can't ask them to come back.
Well, once
Yeah.
One spell, whether you bowl
Yeah.
their full allocation or not, that's entirely your decision. But some bowlers are just better off
Yeah.
being left alone for a while. But of course, that also depends on how they're bowling and what
That's
the
right.
match situation is.
Franjo, I think, tried a bit of a slower, maybe an off-cutter himself there, but just went a bit too far and got called for a wide. Just drifting away from the batsman then. But that's okay. He's just trying some different things, I think. Just trying to keep the batsman going. He's trying to, I think, get him just to edge it through to the slip there.
He is looking for that edge of the bat. I think I've worked out why square leg umpire is so deep. Not much footwork there,
No.
but he kept it out. It keeps him off the screen. He's
Okay,
obviously
right.
camera shy,
Okay.
or he doesn't want Cricket Leinster to see that he's umpiring.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
not. No, he's about right now, but earlier on he was about
Yeah.
45 yards
yeah.
away.
Send in your conspiracy theory.
Yes.
Anyway,
Craig looking instantly for Graham's comments.
it's pretty tight over so far by Franjo. You know, he is
getting-
prone to the odd wide ball now and again, because I know he tries to work the ball away from the batsman. Sometimes he just gets it a little bit too wide. But he's a type of bowler. He's got enough speed where if he's got a couple of different variations, he can be very effective. He's good for building pressure sometimes too when he's on his day. Oh, that's a good ball. I don't think there was anything there. I think if nothing else, it's just a bat hitting the ground, or there was definitely no wood in ball on wood. Anyway, reasonably good over there. Didn't concede many.
Well, just to bring our viewers up to date with what's happening in the Phoenix Park. Phoenix, by my calculation, 164 for 9.
Okay,
Well,
playing.
Pembroke.
Yeah, but which one? First. Okay, right.
First. So
Sorry.
this is a championship game. Phoenix have lost one game this season. Pembroke are unbeaten. And so this is a vital
1v2,
game.
top of the table,
It's
right?
it's 1v2, so
Okay, right.
important game as far as the championship and promotion back to the Premiership is concerned. I say Premiership, the Premier League. So, wicketkeeper puts on his helmet and lines up, ready for the delivery of Eli Clark from the St John's End.
Oh, it's a better ball. That's a great line and length.
If you can just keep it there now. There or thereabouts. It's his trajectory that's in his favour.
Yes.
The one advantage for not having undergone his growth spurts yet. And just talking of which, Daddy's just come through the door and is striding up Cyril's way.
It's one training session for the day out the way. And Gordon Clark, again, who's having a pretty good game and season so far with the Fourths, captain in the Fourths. So it's brought them up to, I think they're second in the league and same position in their cup campaigns.
Well, let's be honest, most of the Clark runs and achievements this season have come from,
Ethan and Eli.
come from the Suns. Daddy suffering the breaking down of a body. Few injuries
Welcome
this year.
to our world.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of sulfidine. Other painkillers are available.
Yeah.
Good ball from Eli.
Just
Slower
slower ball. Just floated up a bit.
Absolutely. Getting it up there about the eye line.
Yeah, and just wide enough to sort of say, well, go on,
Have a go.
have a go, see what you can do. He's got protection out there, deep 45 on the backward point. He's got pretty much a point as well. So he's just hoping the guy goes for a swing and gets the top edge.
Played away on the leg side. They call through for the single. Well, there haven't been many runs in this over. And this is
that's-
good from Eli.
That's the only run so far. Brings Phoenix up to 48.
The other thing with that slower ball in the length, batsman thinks full toss.
Yeah, exactly. Whoops.
And it yorks
Yeah,
itself.
exactly. It's a good trap. There he goes. He's popped it up. Oh, nearly.
Great effort. The hand went up for it. Didn't quite make contact, but that's an opportunity. But I wouldn't put that down as a drop catch. We've seen drop catches on this team, and that wasn't.
That wasn't a drop catch.
That was a great effort to get there. Very, very difficult. Coming over the shoulder, spinning away, putting up his left hand, which is he isn't left-handed.
No, he's not. And it was going over his head. He had to make a lot of pace and a lot of room to get back, and it's just too far. But it's a good trap. He's in the right position. It's just the guy got a bit more on it than they'd hoped. But that's a risky shot, especially when you still got over 10 overs to go.
This time it's a full toss, and that's pulled away on the leg side, and you do very well to stop that. That went away at some pace. 4 onto the total. That's the end of the over. The score moves on to 53 for 5, and these two now have put together 22, by far the largest. You see, it's never there.
Yeah.
Well, great effort from Rafe Duncan.
Good backing there, but he's a teammate as well, not to just stand there watching it.
Yeah.
Anyway, 50 run, 53 up.
Charlie's getting a lot of exercise between overs.
Yeah.
He's all the way out on that fence, and then he's all the way over at the bar.
I think he maybe should have a chat to his captain to say, listen, I really appreciate the vote of confidence.
I'd say he likes it.
Oh, I'd say he does too, but, you know, hit it to me. He's actually going to swap now with Eli.
That's a good move from the skipper. Or was it the bowler? Or perhaps even the keeper.
Speaking of which, V's coming on from the other end now. So they're mixing up what ends they're playing their bowlers at.
They've got Charlie at the 30-yard line.
The captain is now putting himself into sort of...
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mid-wicket.
4 on the offside, 5 on the leg side. Eli Clark it is who's the boundary rider, and he's no longer the boundary rider. He's being pulled into the circle.
Yeah, because he... wonder why he was so deep, because... Well, he's kind of in no man's land now.
Yeah.
Because V normally works the ball away from the batsman. See?
It's in the air. They get away with it again. Perhaps Lady Luck has now turned Phoenix's way. Pembroke doing very well to get 5 wickets in the first 6 overs. But now these two are just having swipes and they're landing safely.
Well, there's enough gaps where it's not that much of a risk, really.
They're not over-swiping either.
No. If they got more onto it, then I think they'd be in trouble. But I would think about bringing that batsman back up, or that fielder from deep, sort of long on into mid-on. So, yeah, go for it. Oh, that was a good bounce.
Bounce and turn for V.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get him a Pembroke shirt. That Adidas shirt just looks like advertising.
We'll do a benefit concert.
Yeah. Well, whatever the shirt, the ball coming out of the hand is working. This time the batsman just plotting it back.
Yeah, I'd still think I'd like to bring Addy back into a position to cut off one. I'd say to even the captain come in, who's at mid-wicket, come in 2 or 3 paces and bring Long On into more of onto the circle, more of a just traditional mid-on, you know.
Another one that's in the air, but that one's played away quite nicely. Nice straight bat, and it's played right back up to the clubhouse, and that's a fine 4. And that'll take the score on to 58. But yes, that's well put away. Spotted the full toss early on, knew that once he cleared the ring, there was only Andy Hill in the vicinity. He'd have been very unlucky if he'd picked Andy out.
Yeah, it was a loose ball there, and got what it deserved, quite frankly. They've moved that long on into long off, really, there, and I'm not sure that's such a good idea because, you know, it's position for bad bowling, really. But anyway, he probably should have been there to start with because, as I said before, V does move it away from the batsman, the right-hand batsman. So he's going to have to hit across the line if he goes down to cow corner. He floats that one up. 2, yeah.
And that's straight out to Charlie.
Just a 1 run. Not the worst over for Phoenix. They probably got 6 from it, did they?
I think that takes the score on 59 now.
59, yeah,
Yep,
so they got 6 from that.
And most importantly for them, no,
No
wickets
wickets.
down. These two have been together now for 6 overs, and they've put on 28.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 28. So this is a good partnership the Phoenix need. These guys, from a Phoenix point of view, need to be there at the end. As far as my point of view goes, at least double that score. At least try and get 120 plus. And if their eyes are in, they should be able to get a lot more than that.
Good work from the captain here. He knows that Eli's gone for a few boundaries, but A, he's showing faith in him, and B, he put his arm around his shoulder and said, "You're doing grand."
Yeah, it's good to see.
Yep.
Mentoring your younger players.
And look at this. He's not setting a field for Eli. He's listening to what Eli wants. Yep, I think you found the right man for the job, James.
Yeah, I think so too.
But can he do it on a soggy Tuesday in the hills? That's the question.
Can anyone? Wow. You got that baptism of fire, but anyway, here we go. Again, just too short.
That one goes over.
First 6 of the game.
An NBA jumping Andy Hill, and that goes for 6. And again, the captain will go up and say, "Hey, don't worry about it."
Just get that line and length.
Hiya, Dara. Well, many thanks to the half dozen of you who are watching this game, perhaps as well as the firsts in the Phoenix Park, or perhaps the Ashes on your TV.
Oh, that's a better ball. That's so much better.
Much, much better.
One thing Eli needs to remember on this level is the fact that he's not the quickest, but he moves the ball enough. If he gets it up, if he pitches it up, if he leaves it too short, length is everything for Eli. So that's a lot better.
I'd like to see him take the stutter out of his run-up. It needs to be smoother, if that means remarking it. But when he's but just get into the habit of it now. He's stuttering at the moment. And just mark out your run out properly so you're not. Look, that's grand there, and now just there. There's lots of little adjustments going on to make sure he gets to the line. Big appeal from Eli Clark. The umpire,
Jimmy and point somewhere.
yeah.
See, that's the way it's done. Not you heretics.
So Eli Clark, he asked the question.
That was a good ball.
I have a feeling at the end of the over we might get a replay of that one, or now, right now.
Oh, probably just it's unlucky. Maybe a bit high.
Hitting outside the line.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But
Oh, that's stopped anyway. Bit of footwork.
only the one they concede.
That's good stuff.
Been a good over for Phoenix so far.
Well, they're back up to sort of thinking about 6 and over, which, as much as we see these massive totals in IPL of 180 and 200 and everything, it's madness. You don't see it at our level.
No.
And a score of a runner ball is a good target to set. And Eli Clark.
No. I think the keeper.
Keeper took the bails.
Yes.
And that's the end of the over.
Good
The score
recovery.
is 66 off 12 and 5 wickets down.
So again, this partnership builds. It was a good over at the end there by Eli. He came back strong in the last couple of balls. He needs to do that next time he bowls. But no, this partnership's growing well for Phoenix. And Pembroke need to hold the nerve. There's always going to be a partnership in most games. So you just got to keep.
And the lower the division, the more unpredictable which wicket will be the partnership.
Exactly.
A number of times you've seen guys coming in at number 9.
The only thing I'd like to say, probably for Shanth now, is that maybe mix up his bowl. Oh, he's bringing himself on now, so he's doing what I was about to suggest. He's actually just mix up his bowlers a bit more. There's Addy, who can bowl great spin. There's Rafe, who's a good spin bowler too. Even Harsh, out there in the Bowden, can bowl sort of, a fast medium. Sometimes you'd even bring Charlie on. for the wild card. He's been bowling quite well on the nets for a man who's quite new to the game, and I think probably that surprise element. Anyway,
He's here.
yeah.
You've been listening to us.
Oh, bottom edge.
He's
Just
stuck
popped
around.
over the keeper.
He's long stride, he's short stride. He's not striding in properly.
What were we just talking about?
We were just saying
I
that.
wasn't listening to you, by the way.
Yeah, we were saying similar sorts of things.
We were saying he just needs to get that stutter out. Just mark the run-up.
He was coming there, and then he's back to normal, and he's going long here. He's not.
And he gets about 5 paces out, and his strides 2 or 3 short ones just to make sure he's going to be right.
Correct, yeah.
So he needs to.
You're thinking about your
He needs-
strides, you're not thinking about where the ball's going.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, well flighted by the captain, but a bit too much. But there's protection out there.
That was
Gurav out there saving the boundary.
4th team captain Gordon Clark offering his advice, adding to the, I'm sure no doubt,
The numerous helpful advice he gets every day.
encyclopedia of cricket.
So either he can't hear me, okay?
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you, right?
So either he,
Oh,
Oh,
how did that not get some wood on it?
so either he has his legs are grown, or his mouth is not grown.
yeah.
Yep.
And I don't think they grew during the game.
There's actually some good bowling there by the skipper.
He's doing well here. He's bringing the sort of control that he wants.
It's a good over so far. It's been a bit difficult for the batsman. He's had to play some dabs and has almost got caught behind. He hasn't been able to get the width that he'd like to get to bring. Oh, there's a bit loose. Trying too much, like we all do sometimes. The last ball of the over or the second last ball of the over. I'll put a bit more tweak onto it, or I'll flight it a bit more.
You always knew when it was the 4th ball of Niles over because it was the leg spinner.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Been bowling at 70, 80 miles an hour before that, and then he'd come in on the 4th ball.
And the batsman's already through his stroke before it even gets halfway down.
No, because it became so predictable that it was 4th ball every time.
Yeah.
The only mystery was, is he going to change it this time? Well, the flags are standing proud today.
Oh, a bit loose, that one.
Oh, that one's
He's
a
got
bit
away
too
with it.
short. It's gone out to Charlie.
Oh, there's confusion there.
Charlie's thrown to the... no, look, I think your man would have made
Yeah.
it back safely anyway. Hadn't gone too far. But again, lack of proper communication between the batsmen causing problems. These two, though, well, number 7 has overtaken number 6.
Yeah, he's really sped up, but he's gone up a gear. Oh, just a bit too
Charlie
short there,
again.
but no run.
Good stuff.
Another good over there by Pembroke. Sort of slowed the run rate a little bit down, but Phoenix be encouraged. There's no wickets down since what's the
sixth
6th
over.
over.
When we had that horrific run out.
Oh my goodness!
Some of these wickets have been interesting.
Anyway, is he going to stick with Eli? Looks like he might be sticking with Eli. Eli's going to bowl out his 4th over. Anyway, bit unlucky not to get a wicket in the last over he bowled. He just needs to not bowl short. That's his Achilles heel today.
Oh, the batsman's gone for a drink. Well, he has been out there for a while. 6 overs, my goodness. I'm sure we should really break for sandwiches. Perhaps a cake or 2.
No stamina.
Really, 6 overs. He'll be changing his gloves next.
It's not even that hot. Yeah.
He's not even doing that much running.
Anyway, that's... well, the sun's coming out, breaking through the clouds again now. So...
The Thompsons. I think he's talking to you.
I hear voices.
Right, Eli Clark now to continue from the St John's end. I was going to say St John's Wood, which of course would be a few miles the other way.
Future KV Stadium.
Yes. Well, when he wins that Powerball lottery jackpot in America, this weekend. He can come back and build us a stadium, and we'll name it all after him.
Just the Kieran Volker roof will do.
Yeah, dome.
Yeah, the dome, yes.
The dome.
Right, Eli to start his next over. Oh, lift
It's
it
in
up.
the air again. It's cleared the fielder. It's cleared the fence, but it hasn't cleared the wall. But it's still 6 runs, and poor Eli.
He's frustrated with himself, but he just needs to keep that pitch it up.
Oh, he's got his dad behind him as well now.
Getting some encouragement by the super coach. He's going to remark his run up. Get back to basics. Shouldn't be disheartened. You know, it was
It's
just...
still tough when you're 12 years old, though.
Of course it is, yeah.
You get punted for another 6 off the first ball of the over. They always talk about boundary on the first ball of the over, putting pressure on the bowler, but 12-year-old, it's got to be one way or the other. Either it has a lot of pressure, or he doesn't realise what's happening.
No.
In Eli's case, he does know what's happening, and he doesn't like it. Thought going through his mind now is, well, that's only 3 a ball now. 2 balls, 1 6.
He just needs to, yeah, exactly right.
Just relax, Eli. Just bowl like you can.
You know you can do it.
There's that stutter still.
That's a lot better. See, when he gets his line and his length right, it's very difficult to get away because he does put a bit of movement into it. Again, we're all prone to trying a bit too hard or trying a bit too much of a tweak onto something or whatever, and we get our lines and lengths wrong.
Well, this one floating down. Batsman going for the sweep. Completely missing. It was a free hit, really, for him. It was outside leg.
Yeah, he just couldn't
Catch up to it.
catch up. Yeah.
If his footwork had been right, he'd have just eased that into a garden or down to the bar.
Getting too short.
This one's pulled away. It'll be Andy Hill.
Just the one this time. Good back in there.
Rafe Duncan doing the good work. Well, Phoenix getting closer and closer to that 6 and over.
I think this is time to shake it up a bit more. These batsmen are now sort of cruising at the moment. Yeah.
This one just played away onto the leg side. There's 2 fielders there. There'll be no more than a single for that, despite the batsman who hit it thinking it deserved to. Well, what you deserve, you don't always get. And that's the end of the over. And I'd say, with 14 overs gone, that might be the end for Eli Clark today. He's bowled 3 overs. Bowled 4, is he?
Okay, yep.
We'll
Bowled 4.
We'll take Gordon's work for it. But he's done a good job for his captain there. It's just a shame there are a couple of loose deliveries. But, you know, that will come with age.
Yeah,
and a bit more experience.
But from a Phoenix point of view, good partnership. They're now up to 80. This makes their score a little more, bit more.
49 partnership now.
Yeah, it makes it a bit more respectable. And they'd be feeling a bit more confident now and a bit better as a team that we have something, or they have something to defend.
Still say the top 5. A couple of them still be sulking.
Oh, I've no doubt. Probably for the rest of the week too, like most of us. Okay, the captain to continue. Oh,
This one's just played up the field, down towards the sight screen. It's funny how nobody's asked for that sight screen to be moved, because I can't believe it's behind the bowler's arm.
See there, just how many million miles away it is.
Yeah. Pitch 95, I think. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think the rules now are no side screens are allowed to be touched.
That's just your rule now.
Yep.
Yep.
I think what the club needs to do is just buy another sight screen. This
Oh,
one played away, and the offside, it just gets past the hand of Andy Hill. It'll run away to the boundary as a result, but Andy Hill was not a million miles away from that. It would have been a spectacular one-handed grab, but instead it's 4 more onto the total. 85. He's on the board in this, the 15th over. Just this and 5 more overs to go.
Yeah, just a bit short, that one. Gave the batsman plenty of time and room to... Here we go. See, halfway down the pitch. Oh, no, ugly.
It's just too short. It's played away, but
he was lucky he didn't get caught in that one.
This one played away on the leg side, and they'll just take a single again. Fired back into the keeper. Well, this too now have put on over 50 runs for Phoenix, and by golly, they needed it. They were 17 for no wicket and 21 for 4, 31 for 5, and now 86 for 5.
Oh, no, this is the great fight back there by Phoenix.
Oh, this one a full toss, played out to square leg. The fielder is there.
Gurev picks it up, fires it back in, just a single.
That's good work again. The captain's getting away with that one.
Yeah, I do find that the bowling has been a bit loose at times. Too many full tosses. It's easy to do when you're trying to... Oh.
Batsman convincing himself not to hit that one.
He gets right down. Probably can't believe he didn't go for it. He's putting a bit of tweak on the ball now. Too wide there.
Well,
batsman having nothing to do with it, and
the batsman walking out like that is a perfect excuse for that it's not a wide.
Again, Division 16.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. Yeah. This one's too short. It's pulled around, and again it'll be the fielder
just
on the boundary, and just a single. Sun shining beautifully through here now.
See the end of the over. Yep. Okay, so what's that, 15 down now?
89 is the score. Still just those 5 wickets down. Well, Pembroke would be wondering.
I think this is a good change here with bringing on Addy Silverman. Haven't seen much of him in the last couple of weeks. He's been away, but I think he probably should have been brought on a bit early personally. But he's handy with the ball. Hasn't bowled probably as much as you would have liked this season, and that's just a reflection of how many good bowling options that the Pembroke Fifths have. But I do think this is a good move. And if he gets this line and length right, he'll cause some big problems for the batsman. Yeah, and he brings it in from off the leg, from memory. Anyway, we'll soon find out whether I've got that right or not. But just making a few changes here. Just moving the deep cover leg side boundary riders a bit towards the clubhouse. Oh, good start. Well taken by Subra. He's been a bit of a fantastic find for the club too, and for the Fifths. He's been excellent with the gloves, almost as good as Kevin Ryan. Oh, a bit short, bad. Yeah, on a tapeworm diet.
Well, the batsman just checking something with people on the sideline. And you get the feeling that his mood is changing and he's now going to want to go after everything. New bowler.
Oh, and what a ball.
What did I tell you?
Yep, that's beautifully flight. You know, just at his feet. Great Yorker. He went for the big hoik, thinking that he needs to get his team the run rate up higher, and paid the ultimate price. That was a very rash shot, and I didn't need that. If he had just had to play the way they had to play for the last sort of, best 8 overs, then Phoenix would be thinking, okay, we're going to be up to the 120s, 130s.
Well, that was a partnership of 58.
Beautiful ball, this one.
And it's just broken by this delivery. Whatever word he had with the sideline,
Just lost his concentration.
Absolutely, concentration broken, and he had obviously decided he was going for pretty much everything at that stage. So he had a big swipe at it, it got past him, and, well, the only other thing to stop it was the stumps. And that's 6 down with 89 on the board. But Phoenix needed that stand of 58.
Well, it's kept them in the game, and that's gives them something to defend. Now, that was a great ball by Addy, though. I won't take that away from him. That was an excellent breakthrough that his captain needed and his team needed. And that will give him great confidence. That's a beautiful ball, actually. Just smart bowling. Just drifting in enough.
Well, this is the 16th over, not the 15th as shown by the scoreboard at the moment. And Addy doing really well with that delivery. Oh, my goodness. He got the batsman. Well, you'd like to say he was in 2 minds, but I suspect it was 3 or 4.
Oh, I think he tied himself up in knots now. Now he's having a bit of a chat to himself, I'd say.
New batsman at the crease. Michael Delaney. A big swing at that on the offside. Rafe Duncan is after it. He will catch it just outside the 30-yard circle. It's a good throw. Direct hit might have had him in trouble. As it is, it's the backing up of Andy Hill. Well, Michael Delaney is off the mark, and you get the feeling he also now has been told,
get on with it.
Yeah. Anything over 100, of course, is not easy to get.
Oh, well fielded there by the bowler.
Well, he does that off his own bowling.
Yep. As they all do. That's a good over from Pembroke and for Addy.
All bowlers are the same.
Yes.
Is that...
So...
You wanted to speak to Connor Crowley? About tomorrow?
I was speaking to his mum, but I will go speak to him. Give me a second.
Sorry, I just spotted him.
No, well done.
Well, 91 is the score now. 16 overs have gone. Skipper. Is he making a change again? He is. He's gone back to Andy Hill. Andy having a big old stretch there. Perhaps not the scientific, sporting scientific method, but good yawn anyway. Now remember, he took a wicket with the first ball of his first spell. That was the team hat-trick. And that's when the score was back on 21. Phoenix have pushed it on well from there. And now Andy Hill comes in. Just played away on the offside. Batsman very wary. Expecting it to bite and turn. Andy Hill was this very distinctive run-up. And he's got him stumped. Another wicket for Andy Hill. Well, Super doing super work. Batsman going forward to Andy Hill, and he perished, stumped, and another wicket falls, and the score 91 now for 7.
Wow, great bowling there by Andy.
Two for Andy Hill.
And good keeping by Super. He's quick behind the stumps. He's got good hands.
Well, the batsman, it wasn't quite Johnny Bairstow, but you can see he comes well forward.
Oh, no, it's good.
Unbalances onto his front foot, and that's it. Andy Hill, absolutely delighted.
Well, that's the guy they want to
You
get
can
out
see
to. Yep.
Loss of balance.
Yep. Dragged his foot away from the crease.
It certainly wasn't well, more clear-cut than Johnny Bairstow. Or just as clear-cut as Johnny Bairstow.
Well, that's their... Now we've got a brand new batsman out there. Well, both of them are pretty fresh. So they really want... Phoenix would really want that guy to stay around to the end. That's a shame from their point of view. Delighted from a Pembroke point of view. And out of Seagull's in suicide position there. Just trying to see if he can get himself whacked by a ball. But it's Andy Hill bowling. He's pretty safe. Oh, yeah. It always helps to put the bails on. Thanks, umpire.
Yeah, we'll look after that. Don't you worry about it. Well,
I think he's got a bit on his mind, the umpire.
Well, it's Giving out to stumping against your own team is always that sort of. Oh, go on.
Well, that's a trick, isn't it? You have to be, get that neutral mindset.
Have you put me in that position?
Yeah. Thanks for nothing. Oh, it's another floated one. Lovely.
Well, Delaney, as non-striker, he's backing up well.
Actually, wasn't played too bad, that one. Got forward, just worked it away on the leg side. Smothered the spin.
And he's got him.
Bowled him.
Andy Hill, 3 for him today. Well, I'd like to see his figures at the half-time mark because that is his 3rd.
That's an excellent spell of bowling.
And well done the captain for bringing him back on at such a time.
Absolutely. There's a lot to be said about spin bowling. It's hard to get away. You've got to put all the effort in as a batsman. You can't rely on the pace of the ball to just run it down and get quick wickets behind, quick runs or so on the ground. You've got to do all the work yourself, especially if you're playing across the line like this was. You're always in danger. Straight ball, across the line, bang.
It's nothing more than a hoik, is it?
No.
Big hoik.
It's pretty ugly. He didn't get his foot down enough. Like, no foot movement down to the pitch of the ball.
No, his back foot remained rooted to the ground. And he pulled across it, and I don't know why he's looking around. You don't get much more comprehensive than that.
Yeah, that was a pretty ugly shot, really.
Hi, Nicky.
Where does your Amanda buying all the Scotch eggs and Marks expensive?
Say again?
Where does the man buying all the Scotch eggs?
I don't know.
Well, Andy Hill now, new batsman again.
Be looking for another wicket now. Floats it up beautifully. Oh, just played.
Well, do you know what? The batsman did exactly the right thing. He went forward and got his bat and pad together, and the ball wasn't going to get past both of them.
No. That's it. If it's not going to there to be hit, and by the way, I'm coming in, and what am I, number 8 or 9?
Number 10.
Yeah.
Again, doing the right thing, just seeing off Hill from his over, and what a successful over for him and for Pembroke, and you can almost see the smile on his face from here.
The springing his step there. Go the Aussies.
Andy Hill.
A catch and, 3 wickets?
Yep.
Let's see what he can do with the bat.
My goodness. And he's had a good knock already this year.
Yeah, no, he's handy. He's a good player.
Dogged.
So 3 overs to go. These guys just need to get whatever they can get now.
91 for 8. They were 91 for 5. And now they're 91 for 8. Wickets really falling in clusters for Phoenix today. 3 wickets fell with the score on 21. 3 wickets the score fallen with the score changing only from 89 to 91. So, yeah. If it wasn't for that partnership of 58 in the middle, they'd be in real doo-doo now.
Yeah, it'd be a very ugly score on their sheet.
The captain's coming too far. No, he's not. He's just going to the ring. I still think it's too far. He could go 10 yards further in.
Yeah.
Eli Clark doing a good job getting down to that. Just be a single. But at this stage, every single matters for Phoenix as they get closer and closer to triple figures.
It was a pretty ugly ball, but he wouldn't be troubled by the result. He's got a brand new batsman on board now. He's only seen a couple from Andy. He hasn't seen anything from Addy. He'd be pretty happy to have him on strike.
And you suspect you'll see the same again. Big stride forward. No stride forward. No stride forward at all.
Saying it's going down leg. With the... It looked like...
We're going to have to wait to see the DRS on that one.
Oh, that's a nice ball too. Well delivered.
And here is the replay of that shout.
I think he was very lucky to survive that.
Umpires are going down leg. Right. There's a quick single called and a quick single taken. That's well run by Phoenix. Rafe Duncan doing good work there.
Yeah, we all know why. On his back foot there, just defended it away.
Michael Delaney just keeping it out. He's realised that you have to bat the 20 overs. I mean, even with another 18 runs now, you know, they would be over 110. So, you know, they'd have something to defend. But if they get out now, they could end up being out for less than 100. And that would be a disaster for Phoenix. Delaney keeping this one out.
Well, at least he's bowling smart. You know, we can't get any more runs if we get one more wicket, they're probably thinking. So he's just seen out the balls he's not comfortable with. He's the number 11 batsman. And hopefully his partner can get a few extra runs for Phoenix.
9 and 10 in at the moment.
Oh, he's 9 and 10. He's number 10, that's right. Still got one more to go.
Right, well.
I think...
is he going to take Andy Hill off? He is. You take two wickets in an over and you get taken off. That's harsh.
Has he bowled his fourth, has he?
Well, maybe he has bowled his four.
Bowled his four, yeah. That's the only reason I'd think.
But if he's only bowled 3...
Geez, that'll be, yeah.
Craig has to start to note down who's bowled the
I was starting to. We're getting to that level now. I'm getting better at this now.
Well done, Eddie.
Well, this is a super performance by the 5th so far in the field. Well led by their captain and well supported by their bowlers and their fielders. It's been a good all-round performance.
Bringing on his opening bowler for Andre. I think this is his last over. He's got one over left. Time will tell whether this is a good decision or not.
Charlie sprinting across your screens there from one fence to the other.
That's the enthusiasm we want to see.
Absolutely. As Charlie says it himself, hustle.
Yep.
Very American word, especially in regards to sports, but he's quite right. You want to see some hustle out there. Some people enthusiastic, moving quickly. Now,
Keeps your mind alert.
12 balls remaining. Well, 11 now. They're looking for 2 here, surely. No, not taking 2.
Probably a wise decision in the end. There's too much hesitation there. If they had got on with it, they probably would have made that. But I guess in doubt, and you've still got a few overs left.
Well, just 11 balls left now. Phoenix really will be thinking that they've got to at least reach 100.
Oh, it's always a bit of a psychological barrier to break through, isn't it, to go into triple figures? This makes you feel a bit better.
This one squirts away on the offside. Batsman had no intention of scoring runs off that shot. That was all about survival.
He did well, played well that shot, though. I mean, there was nothing for him to do but just defend, I think. So, if he just keeps bowling that line, even if he gets top balls, they'll be happy with that.
Top balls are great balls. Even singles at this stage aren't bad.
Oh.
Big swing from the batsman this time. He saw there was a bit of room, bit of width. He was looking to plant that over towards the clubhouse. Unfortunately for him, no contact was made. It was more likely to come off the edge and come flying down to us, I feel.
Yeah, I think so. I think actually if Addy was here, he could probably move almost in front of us.
Yeah, there seems to be a bit too much cover here, down here.
Like, you know,
very narrow corridor that they're defending. This one goes out to Charlie. Oh, it's gone through his legs. He saves the boundary, though, and it doesn't cost him any more runs. He'll be pleased that it's cost him less runs.
bounced up, didn't it?
Yeah, it didn't much go through the legs.
Yeah, I think he probably just hit a
To knee high all of a sudden.
Yep.
yeah hit a bad spot there and
No, it got past
bounced
him.
up.
But he made the recovery and it didn't cost any more runs. So that's case closed.
Mm-hmm. Again, I think this is...
You almost feel the Phoenix batsmen are happier with a bit of pace on the ball.
Well, I'm always a bit... People have different opinions. In my book, I probably wouldn't have bought on a pace bowler now. I would have kept going with spin. For the whole reason is that with a pace bowler, if you can see it enough and just run, get a bit on the ball, you're going to get a run.
Flash hard.
Yep, all that sort of stuff.
How many of those turn around and end up being fours? Slower ball, really well bowled. Just the line wasn't quite right. But that was a super delivery. Completely fooled the batsman. That's the end of the over. There's just 6 balls remaining now and score 96 for 8.
So who's the captain? Oh, Eddie's going to... No, the captain, I think, is going to finish off.
He's going to do it himself. If the job's worth doing.
Kill ball to it before you start.
Yes. Well, you can just see. Yeah.
It is so much, isn't it?
Super day down here in Pembroke. The bar open. I think the Ashes are on inside. If not the Ashes, then Formula 1 qualifying. And if not Formula 1 qualifying, then Wimbledon. And if not Wimbledon, it's a sporting nirvana today.
It certainly is.
This
so
is
much
the day.
happening.
This is the day it should be Father's Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Always so much goes on. First couple of weekends in July.
I think the captain just wants to continue so he can get a wicket.
Just a single. And
You
again,
won't mind that because it gets...
well, Delaney's played well so far.
No, he had
Both batsmen are on 4.
Yeah, that's 8 valuable runs that the team need.
Delaney looking to cut that one with power. And as he went more for power, his accuracy decreased. He didn't get any bat on the ball in the end. Captain now, 4 balls remaining. Well, that nearly snuck through as well.
That was a good ball, actually. He's thinking, I've got 3 balls here, I've got to go after them. And he's probably right.
Well, this one hit in the air towards Eli Clark. But then it fell well short of him. He did the right thing, picked it up, and well backed up as well. This is a good team performance all round from Pembroke.
Can Phoenix break through to 100?
Oh, it's come off the toe end of the bat.
Oh, right at the toe. That was probably a silly throw. But anyway, it didn't cost them anything. Good backing there by the team.
V
down there.
That. And another one goes onto the board. 99. Well, Pembroke now know they have to chase 3 figures. Just bringing Eli up a bit closer. Delaney now looking to go big. Cracks it out in the offside. But it'll just be a single.
Gets it. That's good. That brings up. They make it to 100, and that's in the innings. Exactly 100.
100 for 8, and that's a good performance from Pembroke.
That is a very good performance by Pembroke. Talk about a great team side, bowling very well. Wow, they scared Phoenix quite dramatically, I would have thought, at the start there with the loss of those wickets for, 21 runs? 4 down for 21 or 22? But, good recovery in the middle. Gives them something to aim for. I mean, we know 100 doesn't sound, or 101 to win doesn't sound like much, but again, if Phoenix can get a couple of quick wickets early on,
they could put Pembroke under a very similar sort of pressure that Pembroke themselves have tried to put Phoenix under. And it is going to need a stand, and it is going to need somebody to bat sensibly and bat for a number of overs. We don't need to win this in 10 overs. That's what I would say.
I would be saying to my openers as a captain is the fact that I don't want to see anything aerial for the first 10. Stay in there. Have a look. You've got time. You're going to have the best bowlers thrown at you.
Yeah, that's the other thing, of course, now is the questions it poses to the Phoenix captain as to who he bowls and for how long, because there's no point leaving your opening bowlers with 2 overs left because you're going to bowl them at 17, 18, 19, 20.
There's a conundrum because in some ways, you almost, on one hand, the argument would be bowl out the first 8 get
Yeah.
those guys going, and then see what happens. You know, we have to get a breakthrough, and we have to get it early. And the other thing is, if that doesn't work, though, what have I got coming up behind me? If I've got a very strong bowling side, no problem.
Yep.
Just throw the whole, kitchen sink at you, and then I can, have the second and third change clean up after that. But the biggest problem is if they had 130 on the board or whatever like that, 140, then you could probably do that and say, okay, if they only get 30 runs in the first 8, then they've got to get 100 in the next 12, and it makes it a bit different. But if you've only got 100 to defend and you get down to that, and it's like, well, only got 50 to go, and they've still got 10 overs, I think you're going to be in a slight bit of bother there. Anyway, the Phoenix looks like potential opening bowler who's out there marking up his run-up. Anyway, good performance there by Pembroke fifths. I think they'll be very happy with that. I think they just need to bat sensibly. There's runs to be scored everywhere here. It's a big ground, and we'll see in a few minutes when they come out again to bat, and when Phoenix come out there to defend, what happens in the second innings. Anyway, we'll leave you with it for a few minutes.
And we'll join you for the start of the second innings. Well, welcome back to Sydney Parade for this Minor Cup A game between Phoenix and Pembroke. We can update you with the score out in Phoenix as well. Pembroke are 30 for naught, chasing 180, having bowled Phoenix out for 179. Well, in this game here, it's gone well for Pembroke so far. They've managed to restrict Phoenix to 100 runs from their 20 overs. 100 for 8. Pembroke's reply now. We'll get underway. Gaurav and Rafe are our two batsmen. Phoenix currently just setting their field. Gaurav, who's left-handed, and Rafe, who isn't. Well, that first innings, wasn't that sort of up and down all the way? Phoenix got off to half-decent start, 17 for no wicket, became 21 for 4, 31 for 5, and then they had that one partnership of 58. And a fine partnership it was, finding the boundary on a regular basis. And that managed to get them up to 89 before the 6th wicket fell. And then the 7th and 8th wicket fell with the score on 91. And they ended up then on 100 for 8. Andy Hill, well, he took 3 wickets and a fabulous catch. And we'd have to look at the scorebook to see what else happened. But right now, we're preparing to start the second innings. Nejan opening the bowling from the St John's end. And Gaurav facing left-handed. Both of these batsmen have plenty of time. Required rate is, well, just over 1. And Rafe Duncan, well aware he's taking any opportunity for a single. And Pembroke are off the mark with the first ball, and it's a bye. And that brings Rafe Duncan to the crease. Rafe, of course, who scored his first senior adult 100, playing for the Sixes in the Development League. Himself and Eli Clark are umpire at this end. Well, they put on 230 for the opening wicket. Both of them got centuries. And Rafe getting his chance today with the 5s. Well, he's got away with that one. You have to put that down as a poor drop by the bowler. From his own bowling as well, you'd expect him to take that. Rafe Duncan just playing it back to the bowler in the air, and he gets away with that one. This one goes down the leg side. Rafe leaving that one alone. You see here, he's just played it, got his bat at the wrong angle, and he's returned it to the bowler, but the bowler taken utterly by surprise. Well, Rafe, if you're going to hit those, hit them hard. No, I mean harder than that.
It's the nightmare for a bowler. You never know whether he's really middled us.
Yeah.
Kind of middled us, completely mishit us.
I was wondering the other day why cricket balls get bigger, and then it hit me. Nicely played out on the leg side. They call through for the quick single. I think that's Michael Delaney doing the fielding there. Put another one onto the board, and Rafe Duncan gets off the mark. Eli Clark just checking the camera work. There's Andy Hill appearing on the scoreboard there.
Ah, they're perfect caveats.
No, there. He's delighted with his day's work so far. He's already told me he's hoping he doesn't have to bat. And wouldn't it be great
Oh.
Oh, it's
Last words from Pembroke.
well, he's not even a commentator, but that's a curse if ever I heard one.
Sahil joining in the commentary party.
Ah, Sahil. What does Sahil say? Well, score after the first over. 2. Exactly. Same as Phoenix had from their first over. And like Pembroke, Phoenix will be looking for early wickets.
Yeah, forget side screens. Look what they have now.
Batsman actually warming up behind the bowler's arm.
Perfect. Yeah.
Well, umpire very firm in his decision there, calling wide ball. Another one goes on to the total. Duncan just dropping his hands on that one. Saw the height it was going through and the width. Just dropped his hands, kept them out of the way. Let it go through to the keeper. There is no rush here for Pembroke. Well played by Duncan, getting forward, bat and pad together, playing it back up to mid-off. Well, if ever there was a chance for the openers to see off the openers, today's the day you'd want it to see it happen for Pembroke. This one's short and wide. Definitely dropped that one in a bit shorter. Would have been very easy to tempt the batsman into throwing something at that and getting some side of edge. .37 for naught now in the park. JJ Garth and dear mid Tucker. Another wide ball. It's bowling at a fair old pace, but without much accuracy at the moment. Well, that was short, but it's pulled away on the leg side, and nothing's going to stop that. There's no boundary rider out there. And Rafe Duncan hits the first boundary of the innings for Pembroke, and that was a fine, strong shot. He was onto it very quickly, used his feet, and then pulled it through the mid-wicket boundary. Well, that takes the score up to 9. And welcome back to James.
Welcome back, everyone. Just on officials' duties there. Had to depart these premises for a second.
That's another shot on the offside, but again, there's no need to take any silly singles at this stage. These two know exactly what they're doing. They know what the target is.
I might sit down for this. It's a good opportunity for Rafe. Sorry for the noise, folks. It's just a train going past.
Not everybody opening their chocolate bars at the same time.
Good catch. Make the team. Oh,
Oh, he's put it in the air. It went over the fielders in the ring, but bounced short of the boundary. Just brings a single to Duncan.
yeah, it's a very short ball. Trying to bounce him, and it just didn't have the pace. He was actually lucky that he didn't get too much on that, Rafe Duncan, and just settled in between the 30-yard, or the fielders that were in on the single and the boundary rider. But that's okay. Helps him settle his nerves. So that's is that the first over? Okay.
10 on the board now. No wickets down after 2.
A perfect start there for Pembroke.
Rafe Duncan very much the senior partner at the moment. He's on 6.
Quite rightly pulls out of the shot. The fielder right behind the bowler was moving before, well, still moving while the bowler was taking his run up. Drags that one down leg. Got some pace on him. Short run up.
Both opening bowlers with a decent amount of pace, but it's the control that's let them down so far. There's already been 4 wides.
Steps back and plays that one off to out to the covers. No run. That's okay. Just wait for the loose one.
I wonder how many Roman lampposts Graham has walked into because he's too busy looking at his phone.
Yeah, he's some fantastic art and architecture. Yeah, whatever. Oh, that's
Well,
well
might
pitched
win
up.
another game, Niall. They've won 3 this season.
I did tack again on at the end, but the last few years I still think it's a rarity enough.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, with the league, the Fifth's conceded 10 penalty runs. Otherwise, we'd be 3rd or 4th at the moment. We're actually 6th, I
Penalty
think.
points.
Yeah, we've got 10 penalty points.
Yeah, you said runs.
Did I?
Yeah.
Sorry, just
All right.
dyslexic.
That's a lovely shot.
He's got to make sure he doesn't get frustrated here. It's the field's well set for the bowler. But Rafe is playing the ball well. Not doing anything rash or unnecessary. If he just keep his head here and build this innings, he'll get his reward. Oh, there we go. That's a bit sloppy. But he gets 1. Keeps the scoreboard ticking over.
But what was good there was the way Rafe watched the ball. He saw it was going to a fielder, but he didn't give up on it. He saw it get past the fielder and then called his partner through and took the single that was available.
That's it. Just waiting, being patient.
Up in the Phoenix Park, chasing Phoenix's 179 all out. Pembroke have now reached 53 for the loss of no wickets. Going along quite nicely there and going along quite nicely here.
Bit of a slow change here, but they're just re-evaluating their options. Brains Trust for Phoenix are having a chat.
Brains Trust.
Oh, sprayed that down the leg side.
Fielded by the fielder down there, but just a single. And that'll give the bowler something else to think about. 2 onto the board because it was marked as a wide as well. I think the keeper will be glad it was marked as a wide.
Yeah, I think that's very lucky not to be buyers. But Subra is a qualified umpire. He's now umpiring at the bowler's end. So we'll take his word for it.
Qualified and practicing. Still doing umpiring jobs.
Well played there. Just get the ball out.
You're telling me Pembroke has an active umpire?
An active umpire, yes.
He's had to miss a few games because his umpiring duties were called upon. Not for the fifth, though. But
Do you know he gets 85 quid for a day's umpiring?
yeah, what the hell's he playing for?
That's a better ball, cramping up the batsman. Right in on him. He far prefers a bit of room. And I think that's caught him on the upper thigh.
Yes, there's a few sniggers from the teammates.
Played away on the leg side this time.
That's okay. It's good bowling. There's a better line there from the bowler. He just needs to get some consistency in his line and length. It seems to be a bit wayward. That's better.
He actually seems to be better off bowling round the wicket as he is to the left-hander. It seems to be imposing some sort of discipline on his bowling.
Yeah, the last two balls have been good. Been well defended, kept out. Good contest here between bowler and batter. Oh, he'd be really, really annoyed with himself that he didn't get that in the middle of the bat. Just sort of...
Very clunky sound.
Yeah, didn't time that at all. Just trying to find his timing. He's getting a bit frustrated, one could sense. But it is good bowling. That's good. Kept that out and just played that out on the offside.
Not looking to take any more out of the ball than there was on offer. Another single. He'll retain the strike. And the score now moves on to 14 for no wicket off 4.
Again, they're ticking over the scoreboard. No need to get panicky yet. Good batting to come. And what's that? That's 2 now from the top bowlers, you would think.
Well, that's them done for the moment, I think. The captain making a change at this end. Bowler's name.
If someone can text in with the bowler's name, that'd be handy.
You know, Graham will do it from... it could be Michael Delaney.
Maybe, let's go with that. Or Warwick Scully.
I think I heard Michael out there.
Okay.
Yes, you do a 100 over game now. You get 85 euros. Certainly not more than it used to be.
Not minimum wage.
Still not minimum wage, but
No.
it's heading that way. It's still not enough to make me do it for a season, though. And yeah, I do this for
That's really
free.
what I was getting at, as opposed to, but it's enough at least that it's paying for your.
Slaps it around the leg side. Straight to the fielder.
You're absolutely right there. That was nothing more than just a slap round to the leg side. And you were quite right. Gareth's starting to get show signs of being a little bit frustrated.
Interesting action these bowlers got.
Again, throwing the bat at the delivery rather than playing a shot.
One gets the feeling that
Wicket down.
Rafe is the batter with the technique and Gareth is the wild card.
Mid Tucker has fallen in the park.
Oh, that's a nice shot though. Oh, for no run.
Score there now, 61 for 1.
That thudding you can hear there is not thunder. That's
White lightning. That's what I describe it as. Paddy Morris practicing his bowling. So lightning might be the way to describe it. That one's just bowled too short. It's shovelled round the corner, and Rafe Duncan. Just because it's a what?
It's been given. Been run out.
Rafe Duncan not making his ground. Wow. That is
It's
not
a direct
what
hit.
Pembroke wanted. Wicket falls with the score on 14.
Yep, Phoenix will be delighted about that. That's a breakthrough of building that pressure.
Wow.
Let's have a look at this. Works
From
it
that shot, it's Rafe's call. He calls early. He starts running.
doesn't slide his bat in.
No,
Didn't slide his bat in.
He didn't
No.
slide his batting. That's his.
Ran across.
if he'd run straight, he would have been in.
He keeps his bat in the air. And
And-
Subra makes the decision based on where his foot is. And his foot is in the air as the ball hits.
And he's also running on an angle there.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's not helped himself. That is not what Pembroke wanted. 1 for 14 then. In this, the 5th over. New batsman coming out now. V.
This looks like V, yeah.
It's just haven't seen the big Adidas advertisement on his chest. Well, is this game still got twists and turns in it?
Well, you wouldn't expect any less, would you? I mean, 100 is still a target that has to be reached.
Well,
Can't
if
take
every
it for-
wicket goes for 14, they'll win.
Yeah, absolutely. But they've got to realise there's plenty of time too.
Well, Delaney's picked up a wicket during his over. Won't go to his figures. Oh, another one that's popped up towards the bowler again, and they come through for the single. Oh my goodness, that was a very similar one to Rafe Duncan's.
Trying to get himself caught and bowled there. Just picked the right side of the bowler. Anyway, he's off the mark. That's always the first thing that you're trying to get under your belt as a batsman, is not to get a duck. I wouldn't know. I've got 3 this year. Mind you, one of them was the last minute hoik on 2 balls to go and just had to go for it and took me off it. But no, we won anyway, so I don't really mind.
He's looking to slap that to the leg side again there, deciding at the last second it wasn't there to be dealt with. Too far outside off. That's the end of the over, and a successful over for Phoenix. 14 for 1. They're well ahead on runs at the moment. At the same stage, Phoenix had 26 runs, but they also had 4 wickets down.
Again, yeah, I mean, you know, I would still put the smart money on Pembroke, but that's going to help Phoenix's cause. They're going to feel a lot better about that. I was actually... Rafe is in good form at the moment. You know, it's disappointing for him and for Pembroke that he didn't go on to get a better score, but that's cricket for you. And it just shows the importance of actually sliding your bat in when you're running for the end that's under pressure. Slide your bats in, guys.
Assume the worst is coming.
You absolutely assume that, you know, that it's going to be a direct hit every time. And run a straight line if you can.
Change of bowling then at the SMC end.
Another spin option.
Another leg spin up.
Floated nicely.
It's a good delivery to start. Well,
That's not necessarily called for.
if you're going to do that, make sure you get contact with it. He saw it as wide.
Poor shot. He probably should have played that on the offside.
Just looking to put it over Cow. Short. He's going to get hold of that. It gets to the fielder who gets something on it. Keeps it to a single. Score moves on to 16. And V, well, he seems to be batting like a Phoenix batsman at the moment.
Yeah, he's having trouble converting what he does in the nets to out in the middle. He looks very much controlled in the nets. Like we all do, there's no pressure. You know, you get multiple chances of, you know, staying in. But those sorts of shots aren't really going to help him. Oh, that died. Floated up nicely, but just died. No bounce at all, really.
Yeah, but very little in the way of footwork either.
No.
He needs to be putting his front foot across the stumps to that one. Well, he's lifted this just over the fielder. It's another chance. They turned down the chance of a single. Well, that was just off the toe of the bat and just had enough on it to evade the fielder's fingers.
Not a very convincing shot at all.
No.
Very lucky to be still there.
Well, that's in the air. It's beaten another fielder and it's run away for 4. Well, he'd be glad he got some runs, but, well,
It's danger.
A lot of danger involved in that one. You felt that really that should have been taken by the fielder out there, but he just didn't seem to judge it right, and it was never steady underneath it.
Again, like a lot of these fielders, they were in from the rope about 10 sort of metre or 10 feet, and it's like, are you on the rope or not? You know, you're sort of in a no man's land there. You'd be better off actually being on the rope and charging in to get it.
It's certainly easier to go that way rather than the do I go forwards, do I go backwards?
Yeah.
Spinners
Oh, just half chance.
He almost had it as well. It was in his fingers for a split second. You see it here.
This is that
Oh,
one.
that's the
The hoik.
Hoik for 4. Well, look, Hoik or not, he's still there, and there's 4 extra runs onto the board. Pembroke need those at the moment. This one's short.
How did he not get onto that? He was looking to hit that before, you know, where it's going to go before he even hit it. Again.
I think he almost had his bat in the air for the 6. Well, it was shortened to be hit, but you've got to hit them too.
It's a better shot. Just defends that away. No
Better
run.
ball, better shot. And it's good to see that frustration didn't get the better of him, and he didn't try and take it on.
Both these two batsmen haven't had much chance,
Nicely cut
Oh,
away
that's a lovely
behind
shot.
square on the offside. There is a fielder chasing it. It's not going to go, but they will take 2. Now, that was a nice shot.
That was a lovely shot, actually. That's what I was about to say. They haven't had much time in the middle this season for various different reasons, and so it's a good opportunity for them now to, you know, be over there for a few overs, get those nerves under control, and realise that, oh, we can enjoy our batting. It doesn't have to be completely hit it out of the ground every time. Just play your shots.
Well, that's going down leg again, as signalled by the umpire.
And I love the way that's the guy in deep third man is going up for the appeal.
Yes. Yes. Well, if you're appealing from there, you have to appeal early, otherwise your teammates don't hear you.
Yep.
Well left. Dot ball.
Tyson, the batsman, to have a crack at that one. To hit it probably the point or the point. Actually, the fielders are quite deep on the offside.
They are indeed. There's a single to them, and there's also plenty of room between them to find the boundary.
There you
There's
go.
another one cut away. This time the fielder gets down to it. Another single. And that's the end of the over. And the score has moved on to 23 for 1. From 7 overs. And still 78 required from 13 overs.
Interesting choice there by the captain to put this batting lineup in. But there's deep batting in the Pembroke team, so these two, you know, can get on with it as well. They can hit the ball well. Well, V can hit it very well if he can get his eye in. You know, stick with this bowler. Sort of comes in from a wide sort of run-up.
Run a ball from here would see Pembroke home.
Yeah, there's no chance, no need to panic.
This one is short,
there you go.
and it's pumped
That's
away.
a 6.
That's a 6 on most grounds. And it's certainly 6 on this ground, and that's a good start to the over fee. He'll start feeling a bit better about things now, having got that nice shot out of his locker. Well, it was too short. It hopped up, and it just asked to be hit. And V, well, he provided the firepower to go with it. That takes the score now on to 29.
And what looked good about that shot was that he didn't try to overhit it. He just, stepped down to it and let it through with a nice action on his bat. He didn't try to, really hit the ball, hit the cover off the ball. He actually just used the momentum and
Timed it
nicely. It was a really good, classy shot.
Yep, there was a man down there at deep square leg, but all he could do was admire it as it flew past him.
Yeah, got a bit of sunburn on the roof of his mouth, no doubt.
Good delivery from the bowler.
Well defended. It's taking a bit of pressure off Pembroke, that shot.
Certainly for this over, anyway. It's another one that's short. It's pumped away again, and it's another boundary, but this time it's a 4, but that's a big difference. Well, this is a good over for Pembroke. Chen coming from it.
Yeah, just bowling that one a bit too short. His length just straying there and paying the price. If he keeps the ball pitched up, this bowler is actually quite effective. It's very difficult for the batsman actually to get underneath it, or even just to find the room to actually have a shot. So that's a lesson for him, in my view.
There you go. That tells you how far he hit it. It's only just made its way back to the bowler, and the fielder now just stepping inside the rope. With the score on 33.
Oh, well defended.
Exactly what you were saying, James. If he gets his length right, he's difficult to play, and it tends to be more a dot ball.
Yeah, he was actually a good bowler. He just, like a lot of bowlers on this level, they just tried to be too creative or just...
It's consistency, isn't it?
Yes.
Learning to bowl your stock ball after ball. Well, that's the end of the over, and that's been a good over for Pembroke. The score has moved on to 33 for 1. And this is how the score moved on to 33 for 1.
That was a lovely shot. So he just down on his knee.
And he's balanced. There's
Absolutely.
no wobbling. He's hit that, and he's still balanced. He's not trying to overhit it.
right.
And that was a super shot. And
That's
then this one
class.
as well. This time he got on top of it, rolled the wrists, played it along the ground, and the fielder could do nothing but, well, hope it was stopped by the fence.
Yeah.
Another change of bowling here.
It's someone else. I think it's this.
It's this guy here. Trakuala Naga Venu is coming on to bowl at the St John's end. And we'll see what he serves up. Oh,
That's a little bit on the wide side, you would think.
change of umpire at this end. Andy Hill. He's the one making the cross.
Loosener there by the bowler. Just not quite getting his line and length right. A bit quicker and a bit sharper than the batsman thought.
Well, that was a much better delivery than the first one was suggesting.
You'd almost think that was a cunning ploy to deceive the batsman.
Lots of bowlers in their head.
Yeah. Yes.
One of
Give him
whom is
something wild.
one of whom is here today.
Hmm.
Wide,
I'd say more
wide,
than-
noble, wide wicket.
Yes.
Well, this one is short and it's pulled round to square leg, but the fielder there does a very good job. Make sure that no run comes as a result.
Throws the ball back and almost hits the bowler on the back of the head. But no run. Phoenix seem to have positioned their fields quite well in most of these balls. Oh,
Again,
it's
another
gotta be
one that's gone wide.
Yeah, just pushing that one through.
Pembroke over a third of the way there now, as far as runs are concerned, as we approach halfway mark.
Yeah, just let someone go down leg. Almost be better off just sticking out your pad and getting a leg by there.
Well, and playing a shot, obviously.
Well, yes, that too. Ooh. Pitched up ball there, went for the shot and just played straight over the top. Got nothing on it though, so there's no risk of being caught behind, but Garav's struggling now with
Somebody's
this.
telling us who the bowlers are, and it's greatly appreciated.
Ooh, it's batsman asking the umpire why wasn't that wide. Umpire deciding it wasn't.
The umpire's a bowler, you see. If the umpire was a batsman, you'd find that was a wide, but because it's a bowler, it's not a wide.
Allegedly.
And he's got him.
Went back on his, didn't get forward to that at all, and it came back in on him, I think, and he chopped it onto his own stumps. And it's another breakthrough there for Phoenix. Gurav goes.
The score's on 35. Partnership of 21 between those two. And in the ninth over, the second wicket falls.
And it looks like Harsh Dubey to come out. Anyway, good breakthrough there by Phoenix. Always, they'd be feeling that they're still in this. Yeah, it came back nicely, and he had no foot movement there and just chopped it onto his own stumps. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see he was done all ends up there.
Yeah.
That's the second wicket fall, 35 on the board. As we know, Pembroke need 101 to win. So another 66 required, and it's 66 from
About that.
10.2 overs. Oh, that was the end of the over. So 35 for 2 off 9.
So change of bowler.
Again, there's no panic here for Pembroke. Plenty of time. Phoenix at the same stage were 46 for 5. But they were in the middle of what was their best partnership, a partnership of 58 that enabled them to reach that 100.
Oh.
Just a single. Could have been anything. Could have been a 6, could have been a 4, could have been a caught. And they end up with just a single. Another full toss to start with. Another bowler who's going to have to find his groove.
Yeah, that was lucky to get away with that, actually. Batsman just taking his guard.
Dubey, of course, he's one of 2 Dubeys in the Pembroke side.
Yep, Paranjay and Harsh.
Not related, but you'd have
Yeah.
to say if they're batting together, it's going to be the Doobie brothers. He's lifted it. There's a fielder. No, it's going to fall in front of the fielder. He knew very early on that wasn't one for him. Another single onto the board. And again, Pembroke playing too many shots in the air. If we are going to look for boundaries, why can't we look for 4s?
It's funny. As a captain, that's what we always say to them in the dressing room. If you don't need to, don't do a risky shot. But I guess it's like you pay what you're comfortable with. You play your own game, and some of these guys, they're just big hitters.
Yeah.
And I think that they just couldn't do that if they tried.
Yeah.
They'd probably get themselves out.
It'll take a lot more
Yeah.
coaching for them to learn how to.
Just play it on the ground. Just work the singles and the 4s.
And that's where I suppose the 40 over cricket is so important.
See?
That's got to be close.
That's a big appeal. And I think a written explanation will be in the post, but not out.
I think there was some bat involved there.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, he's doing the best he can to get himself out. He doesn't have to hit the cover off every ball, but he thinks he does. Again, I think mistake in IPL for T20.
Another one that doesn't pitch, and that one is going down the leg side. But he is surviving by the skin of his teeth and the umpire's opinion at the moment.
Yeah, well, if the fielder of this bowler gets his line and length right, even the defending shot almost pops it out for a caught and bowled. He's got a big middle in that bat, I'd say, and he's a strong man. So, if his bottom hand goes through too quickly, I think he's going to catch himself in some trouble. But he survives.
Was their bat?
Wow.
Well, there may have been just a bit of bat on that one.
Yeah.
Once he told the wicketkeeper there was this inside edge here, I think the wicketkeeper was quite happy enough with that decision. So, with 10 overs gone, the score is 38 for 2. And Pembroke, well, they're making heavy work of this now. And a lot of it's down to their own misgivings, really. All it needs is somebody out there pushing ones and twos, pushing it along the ground. They're trying to do it spectacular fashion, and it's just digging a hole for themselves, really. They need another 63 from 60 deliveries.
The fielders are quite deep, especially on the offside. So
why not just take a few singles,
Yeah.
bring the field in a bit. That's a nice shot, but it finds the fielder.
And that's good. Bit of pressure there, makes the fielder fumble.
Well, Dubé called his partner through.
Good call. Being committed to it. I think he might be going down there and maybe having a chat about something. About maybe call.
Just the one boundary rider for Phoenix now. They realise that the way they're going to win this game is by gentle strangulation and taking of wickets. And they're making it more difficult for Pembroke to get this ball away. Nagan out, continuing.
Oh, the bowler was very confident and
Wicketkeeper, I think.
was saying it was going down. Yeah.
And again, it's very, very useful way of discussing, adding to the discussion on these things is the wicketkeeper's positioning. You see here, it's going down, and it is going down leg.
Way down leg.
And the wicketkeeper straight away.
Yeah.
Waving off the appeal. This one's outside the offside, and it's beautifully stroked. And Dubé picks up his first boundary, and that's shot of the day.
Yeah, that's a shot he should be playing. Just doesn't need to hit the absolutely hell out of it. Just streak it along the ground. Use the carpet. Takes out the court option. And it was a lovely shot. Just timed it nicely.
And you see, just one shot like that has brought forward a change in the field. Mid-off has gone back on to long off. He's not quite on the fence, but he's definitely long off now. That's nicely played away on the offside. There is a fielder in there. There'd be no single there.
Here we go again.
Just leant into it and pushed it through. And that's all it needed. Once it beat that fielder in the ring, nothing was going to stop that. This one's a bit shorter. Played away on the offside. Point is a long way out there.
He's very deep.
And they did take a single to him earlier in the over, so they've obviously worked him out in his position. Well, the wind's coming from the southwest today. It's still a bit breezy today, but as we've said earlier, there's a lovely Simpson sky up there. And that's again punched beautifully down the ground. This time the change in the fielding position has worked. Saves 3 runs.
But smart batting, just
play it around.
Got your boundary from the over. Just keep running the singles.
So, 45 for 2 from 11.
56 to go from a Pembroke point of view.
56 now from 9 overs. And that run rate's starting to creep up a bit now.
Well, 72, 56 off 72.
56.
No, 56, sorry. What am I talking about? Yeah, 56.
56 off 54.
Yeah, 56 or 54. So another change. Oh no, it's the same bowler.
No, they're sticking with him.
Spreading the leg side field.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And one in the deep.
5.
Oh no, it's Andy. It's Andy. With someone.
It does look very full.
Ah.
That's lifted beautifully. Now, that shot of the day.
That's class.
That's the best shot we've seen today. V playing that one. It was aerial again, but safe enough.
There's a massive gap down there.
Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6 on the onside.
6. Is the guy behind the
Yep.
bowler on the onside or the offside?
I'd say he's on the onside because he's closest to the screen.
In that
Slight
case,
screen.
it's a no ball.
Yeah.
There's only 3 on the offside.
Yeah, that's the problem. If only Graham Mooney was here.
This one played about on the
Ah.
leg side, and even though they have 6 fielders on that side, there's still a single for Pembroke.
Just hit that on the toe of his bat. But
50 up for Pembroke now. Couple of overs behind Phoenix in reaching that mark. As I said, they were in the middle of their big partnership then, and maybe we're in the middle of ours now.
yeah, this is what Pembroke need, a good, strong partnership. Oh, that's lovely batting. Just
That's
eases
very
that
clever.
one. Yeah.
Very clever batting. There are only 3 fielders on the offside.
There's a run there every day of the week. Just runs that. Sort of ball died there. He's returned the ball and didn't quite get there.
And this one slashed away on the offside again. Nobody's going to stop that. Not when they've only got 3 fielders on that side. It went over the head of one of them, and nobody could cover behind. And it's another 4 runs.
I don't understand the line that he's bowling.
He's
He's
got
bowling to the off stump. And why wouldn't he bowl to leg or middle stump if you're going to try and get him to hook across to cow corner?
absolutely. There's so many runs on offer now on the offside. That's
Oh.
got to be a no ball.
Not called though.
Just a full toss as far as the umpires are concerned.
I think Andy needs to brush up on some of his umpiring skills. But maybe it wasn't.
I don't know, because they signal like this.
They've set.
Yeah.
See the
Anyway, Andy's very deep too. I don't know how he's going to get a run out from
you
there.
can't have more than 5 on the leg side.
Oh,
And it's wide
Wide.
outside the off stump. That certainly isn't the line he set the field for, is it?
I don't understand this. I really don't. This bowling is not even close to bowling to his field. Everything's been hit to the, well, pretty much everything's been hit to the offside. So and he's bringing the offside guy into the ring. The cover. Ooh, lucky not to be called wide there. Got away with it. Just a dot ball.
Bit of encouragement in the field from the Phoenix players. And then he bowls a full toss to Bade. Well, he had a big swing at it. Why is he trying to swing that one to the leg side?
Absolutely. That's almost
Just run it off the face of the bat down
down
to
towards
third.
us.
Yep.
That's
This
it.
time, played out in the offside. He finds one of the 3 fielders there.
But still gets a run.
That's the end of the over. Score now has moved on to,
61.
I'm going to go with
Where's
60.
your second shot? Oh no, it's
Yeah, look, that's extraordinary over. He didn't bowl to his field at all. Well, maybe he thought they were going to play across the line. Maybe that's how they play. You know,
Yep,
that's how they were playing.
Yep.
Cross the line and try and hit it down the cow corner where they're not playing that shot at all. So,
You're quite right. It's a Phoenix field set for a Phoenix batting
Yeah.
display.
yeah.
Everything was pulled across to the leg. Well, in my opinion, Phoenix have got away with a no ball during that over. But Pembroke won't mind. They just need 41 from 48 deliveries now. That was a good over for them. 15 coming from that over.
That will make them feel, the whole team feel a lot better. Takes that pressure off. Again, if these guys can stay in there for, well,
Till the end.
To the end especially, you have to think that's a done deal.
Well, Phoenix need a wicket or two here. And is Naga the man to get it for them? Just to bring you up to date in the park as well. Pembroke now 98 for 1, chasing 180. Played away through the vacant slip area. Just takes the single. And that's, once again, that's the sensible play.
Yep, just to run those singles.
Just 40 required now. And each time that clocks down by another 10. That's another nail in the hopes of Phoenix. Good delivery.
Lovely play.
Good delivery, but super shot as well. V just letting it hit the face of the bat and run down to short third, but there was a single there.
I just love the way these batsmen are just committing themselves to the run. There's no hesitation. Just get on with it. And why doesn't that fielder move in 5 paces? Just to sort of put doubt, is there a run there or not? It's too deep. No. Again, this guy's been practicing his appeals. He's fantastic at it, but, he's too wayward.
Credit to the wicketkeeper again. The wicketkeeper is very quick. Do you know, if the wicketkeeper went up now, I'd probably give it out anyway.
Yeah, he's...
because he's...
There's next.
Yeah, absolutely. This one flown away.
I think that's
It's
going to
go
be 4
all
byes.
the way to the boundary. 4 is signalled.
Giving us runs.
And
I think it was a bit lucky there, but good for the batsman, but...
Under edge.
I
quite
think it's
possibly, but
I think
all
it's
just a missed signal.
missed signal, I'd say. But hey, we're out there.
We are.
We've only got microphones. Yeah.
Well, another 4, and it's very welcome by Pembroke. Score moves on to 66. And slowly but surely gaining back on the Phoenix worm.
That's better played. Yeah. Just play the ball on its merits.
You've taken runs off him already. No need to be greedy. 66 for 2. Sammy's getting closer and closer. No, it was earlier on.
Oh, right, go right, yeah.
Earlier on, Mr. Ryan noticing
Sorry,
the batsman warming up behind the bowler's arm. Ended the over. 13 gone now. Score has moved on to 66 for 2. At the same stage, Phoenix was 71 for 5. And Pembroke now 2/3 of the way to their target. The target, of course, just 35 runs away now. 101 to win this Minor Cup A Group A game.
Yeah, Phoenix really need to get a breakthrough. That's slipping out of their grasp now. They just didn't put enough runs on the board anyway, but they bowled reasonably tightly and kept Pembroke to a low score for the first 10.
Well, it's just been an acceleration since then. 38 for 2 after 10, 66 for 2 after 13.
The bowler blew a sand shoe there and he fell over, so he just put a bit of extra effort into it, but drifting down leg.
Just a gradual acceleration from the Pembroke bats. No great explosion of runs. They've been playing quite sensibly, these two.
Oh, that's a lovely shot, just too deep, and there's one run in there every day of the week. I think it's something all these teams need to look at, is the fact that I know you need to concede or, trying to save boundaries, but
If you give away 4 singles,
you haven't got enough runs on the board to be able to just give away singles. So you either have to have an aggressive field and make them go over the top and try to get them out, because you're going to lose anyway. So you might as well go out.
well, this could be close with a direct hit. There's no direct hit, and they're safely back in the end. But was that really necessary?
seemed to be ambling down the other end. Didn't seem to have the same sort of urgency as previous runs. Anyway, next ball.
Nicely clipped away off his legs. There is a fielder there at square leg, but won't be able to prevent the single, precisely for the reason James has just given you. He's just fielding too deep. Do you know what it is? I think Andy Hill's dragged him out. As the umpire, the umpire's gradually moving out, and he knows he's meant to be standing next to the umpire.
30-yard circle.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah.
Well done, Dale. It's a 35-yard circle.
He's not played a shot. It was going down the leg side. He's still not played a shot. Surely that can't be allowed. It's a dead ball. The umpire calls it, sends him back.
Yeah.
No shot played.
Didn't know where the ball was there at one stage.
It wasn't evasive action.
No, it was just like, where's the ball gone? I can't
Let
see
it hit me. That's
Yeah.
all that was. Well, Dubé may be happy that he's still on strike. It's in the air. He's not going
Again.
to catch that.
Stay on the rope. You're either on the rope or you're inside the 30-yard circle, saving one. Don't be halfway between them.
He's on the 30-yard circle.
No, but what I mean is like, they're not even saving one. They're so deep.
30 yards is too deep, is
It's
what
too
we're
deep,
saying.
yeah.
25 yards at most.
It's fine if they're hitting it. If they're middling at you on 30 yards.
Oh, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But nobody is. Have you been watching the last
No.
Yeah.
34 overs?
Anyway, that takes a lot of pressure off the Pembroke batsmen. It's another good over for them.
Well,
And
73 for 2 off 14 now. 28 required from 36, and this equation seems to be getting easier. Pembroke still 7 runs behind where Phoenix were at the same rate, but Pembroke did close out the innings very well. They took 3 quick wickets together, reducing them from 91 for 5 to 91 for 8 in the 17th over. And that seems to have been a real handbrake.
no footwork there. Just trying to run that one down to third man, but did well not to get an edge on that. In the offside field is spread.
It's only that you know. Say what you
There's
want.
big gaps everywhere.
Well, at least there's 4 on the leg side here. And that's nicely played
Yeah.
away through the gap, and that's going to run away for 4. Nothing stopping that.
It's a lovely shot.
Have you seen this?
Beautiful shot. Takes the score on 77. And V is now, slowly but surely, crept up to 35.
He's batting the best I've ever seen him. This is a great innings, actually. Once he got through his initial, first or 1 or 2 over nerves, he's really playing some classy shots. Like that one there. It was just front foot down, leant into it, just cut it away, straight to the boundary. Beautiful. That was a big boundary out there.
Again, it was just the face of the bat and the timing, really, that pushed it through the gap. Well
Oh,
played. Well
nice.
played. Good ball.
There's a good signs for the Pembroke fifths or Pembroke in general with regards to this batsman. It just shows that there's another batsman in the lineup who can play very well and intelligently and score runs. Like a lot of teams, you end by,
Oh, that's clever.
yeah, that's lovely. Just dropped it down almost at his feet and scampers through for a single. Very low risk, very, very smart. Yeah, and it just shows you don't have to rely on, 3 or 4 key batsmen to get all your runs. You'd have strength of batting coming through. So it may not work every week, but he's just proven that, he's worth being in the top half of the batting lineup. Oh, there you go, that ball. Trying to cut it away. It's a shot I'm not very fond of, actually, because I think for most people miss 90% of their shots or even more. And it's a great way to get a nick behind. I'd rather get down and just have a decent whack at it if you're going to go for a shot like that. Yeah, just play it, to sort of, mid-wicket or, even further out, just get it on the carpet and put some sort of strength behind a shot, not just sort of try and dab it. Anyway, another over gone. That's 15 done. There's 78 on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. 23 to go. 23 of 30.
Just in case my mum is watching this today. Our firsts are playing in Warringstown tomorrow, near Belfast, in Armagh. And we're going up on a coach leaving here at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so your kind offer of breakfast, unfortunately, is a week too late. In fact, it's about 3 days too late. I have a feeling I'm going to sit in a coach for 2 hours, watch the rain come down for 3 hours, and we'll sit in a coach for 2 hours, and that'll be my Sunday.
It was better up there than down here.
No,
Yeah, well, I was up in Belfast all this week. Just gone and only got back yesterday, and it was a lot drier than up here, but that could swap now. Mind you, yeah.
These two came together, of course, in the 9th over. But this is the one partnership we were talking about. Phoenix had one of 58, and we knew that somewhere in the Pembroke innings there had to be a partnership of some description, even if it was 2 partnerships of 30. But these two have done a super job.
Oh, slips over there. Scampers to get back in.
Last time I saw that, I think, was the Keystone Cops.
Yeah.
They played in the World Cup.
Or accompanied
They played
by
for India.
Benny Hill music.
Yeah. Just need a little bald man to be running around on the pitch right now. Anyway, the comic relief is finished.
As we close in now, the last 30 deliveries, and Pembroke need 23 runs. It sounds simple on paper, but a couple of wickets here could put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, it's not very sunny and the breeze is up. Oh, just a leg by. Just mistimed that.
Well, leg by signalled. Pembroke won't mind.
Yeah, be disappointed didn't middle that, but again, keep your eye on the ball. This must be this bowler's last over, I would think. Oh, that's better shot. And it's fielded well by the man down there at square leg. Just a single. Again, just need to rotate the strike. A boundary will come, or a few boundaries will come. Just keep playing the game you're playing at the moment. So what do Phoenix need to do apart from get lots and lots of wickets? I can't see them really doing that right now. Only way the bowler's run-up was messed up there, so he's going to re-bowl that. Didn't quite get his rhythm right.
These two have put on 45 for the 3rd wicket. And hoping there'll be more to come. This one hit almost too well to the fielder.
Yeah, he just got too much onto that.
Just wanted that one to trickle out to the fielder at mid-on.
Just need to be watchful here because he's going to get a couple of good balls, so don't panic. But you know that you're going to get a couple of ordinary balls too, like that one. It's going to be the
Tucked away for
single.
a single. And that brings the runs required down to 20 now. That's the end of the over. The score has moved on to 81 for 2. And it shows how well Pembroke did that at the same stage, Phoenix were 91 for 5. But they only scored 9 runs in the last 4 overs.
Yeah, that partnership they had in the middle there was actually quite good. If they had had a second partnership like that, then it would have been, it could have been a very interesting game. I mean, it's not over yet, but, yeah, this is the game that Pembroke, it's up to them to lose this one. At the moment, they look pretty set. And I still don't really understand
I can't
necessarily.
see why how it's going to change.
No, I can't see.
You must have seen enough Pembroke collapses over the years to know how we could change.
Yeah, but these are different players.
Rancho Collapso. But these guys, they haven't looked like that now.
Yeah.
If it was James and I batting, then...
Yeah, absolutely.
well,
Anything's on the cards.
mind you, if you and I were batting, I'd suspect there were more than 2 wickets down as well, James.
Yeah.
Oh, another one put down by a bowler. First ball again of a bowler's over is put down. It's the same bowler who put down the first one, I think.
I think so.
But then, right?
Yeah.
No, how could that be?
He's given out
He's given out, is
LBW.
it? Has he? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Andy Hill having a long look, running the DRS through his head, and he's given that out with 3 reds.
And that's a great knock there by Vive, 37. Yes. He's lost his shape and he's...
There you go.
Here we go. Let's watch this replay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That was going to come on. Yeah.
Andy Hill has got that
I think
spot
spot on.
on.
Yeah.
It was very close to being outside, but you can see his knee there. And that's the 3rd wicket down for Pembroke. Score on 81, just 20 required. We're in the 17th over now.
Commentator's collapse is coming.
Well, wicket's falling. Or wicket falling. And will it give hope to Phoenix now that they can go on from here?
So I'm not sure who's coming to the crease at the moment, whether it's Subra maybe.
It looks like Subra.
I'd say that'd be the smart move to bring him on. He's in good form this season.
Century to his name. 2 centuries to his name. And he comes in at number 5. And he joins Dubé.
Now we just put commentator's curse on him.
Yeah, he's in great form. The man can't miss at the moment. He's absolutely fabulous.
Shut up.
Bradman-esque. Here we
With a
go.
bit of Viet Cole thrown into him. Yeah.
I will have to apologise to him. No, I won't. Yes, good man. Good footwork, movement at the start. Always interesting to watch a batsman when he first comes in. How long it takes him to get his feet moving. And Subra, well...
He seems to have the ability to do it always from the first ball.
I think that's wicket keepers in general. They're used to moving their feet. He's taking a nice easy single out on the offside. It's actually
They're
gone
going for
past
2.
the fielder, and they're
Yep.
going to take 2. Well, with the fall of the wicket, Phoenix called a huddle, and they obviously spoke about the game and how it was going and what they were going to do, and then the first thing they do is misfield.
Yeah, that'd be disappointing for the Phoenix captain. But, you know, Subra was alert to it and he's quick between the wickets.
He's nicely onto that. Paul calls the single straight away. It's a
Oh,
direct hit.
he was actually stopped before.
Yeah. It's not the appeal that I want him out. It's the appeal of please recognise that I threw it and hit one stump.
Yes, which was a good effort.
It was a good effort.
But Subra is very quick.
He is. And that's another run onto the total.
Now, Harsh Dubé now on strike. He's seen the ball a lot now, so
19 to
he's
his
the key.
name now.
He's the key.
Nice shot. Played up. It will just be an easy single. Another one fired in by the fielder.
It's the end of a effective over for Phoenix, but Pembroke is still rotating that strike.
Well, 85 for 3 now. 16 required from the last 3 overs.
Yeah, so just keep a run of ball, and you'll be there.
Well, change of bowling now. at the SMC end. And they're bringing back the young lad again. He bowled well in his first spell.
Yeah, if he just pitches it up.
I see the next batsman in, Eli Clark. He's chomping at the bit on the sideline. He's only dying to get in for a bit of a knock. Another man who scored a century a couple of weeks ago for the development team. His opening stand with Rafe Duncan was worth 230 in Adamstown, and that's no mean feat.
It's difficult in Adamstown to get runs sometimes, unless you go aerial.
Right, so leg spinner back on.
Oh, good call there by...
DeBale very alert there. Takes the single.
Sort of cramped him up a bit there. He's lucky to, it's a good single that actually. Again, just keep that ball pitched up and you've got half a chance. There you go.
This one just hit straight back. Required rate still there or thereabouts to run a ball.
They're making Pembroke work hard for it. It's not on
A couple of boundaries now would really break the pressure, of course. That one's hit out towards the boundary. It will just be a single. But this is good work from Phoenix. They haven't got much leeway. They haven't got much slack in their total. Pembroke closing in now. There's 14 required.
Again, just
Well,
too
this
short. But he's only going to probably concede a single. So,
Well, that's a deal. Down on the boundary, doing some fine work for Phoenix. Keeps that one down to a single. Yeah, when the leg spinner drops it short. Playing
a lot
back
better.
to him this time.
yeah, it's a lot better. Forcing the batsman into a difficult shot there. Trying to run it down on the offside.
He's
And
got
bowled him. I know.
No ball.
Overstepped. Very lucky.
Wow, that's a let off for Pembroke. Bowled from a no ball.
Gets 2 runs as well.
We have time. Here you go.
Called a no ball early. Straight
Well,
away.
no ball was called before the ball hit the stumps anyway.
Yeah.
That's out though.
Yeah.
That's out, stumped.
Yeah.
Well, I'm delighted for the bowler. He's got due reward for that.
Yeah, he's bowled well this over. Deserves to get a wicket.
As Dubay goes, Hush on his way, and that brings Eli Clark to the middle. Again, overbalancing on that back foot. They're overcommitting, and that's causing those chances, and the wicketkeeper wasn't going to miss that. The back foot comes up as the bat swings round, and that's no balance.
Ugly shot, really. But anyway, you thought he had to go for it. Wicket's in the shed.
So 90 now for 4. Over up, and suddenly this is getting a bit interesting. Pembroke need 11 now.
11 off 12.
11 of 12. With new batsman.
And the batsman's Eli Clark. Suber and Eli Clark together now.
Eli must realise his job is just to get Suber on strike.
He's out there doing some gardening, that's for sure. My goodness, if he expects it to pitch there.
Yeah, well,
I think that one might be going over your head there, mate.
You played the periscope shot.
Right, 2 overs to go, 11 runs required. Phoenix sticking with the spinners, and why wouldn't they? It's been the successful way of doing this so far today. Just 11 runs required then from 12 balls.
Yeah, and cricket's such a funny game. I mean, you're not out of it until you're out of it. So I think they're doing the right thing now. They're bringing up the field a bit. They could try and cut off singles. I don't know if it's enough. It's still pretty... Oh, they brought it back in and now they're going back out. Okay.
Up in the Phoenix Park, Pembroke require 56 in 26 overs. And they've still 9 wickets in hand, so one feels that's going well. JJ Garth on 46 out there now. But back to this game for the last 2 overs now. And it all boils down to this. Michael Delaney, the leg spinner. Dot ball, it's 11 from 11. I am going to count down here now.
Yep. That was a good ball there. Cramped up the batsman. All he could do is defend that out.
Don't want any extras, and you don't want any drop short here now. It's a full toss. It's played away on the offside. There's going to be a couple in it. There is a fielder after it. Eli Clark is definitely coming back for 2. Is he looking for 3? He is. 3 for Pembroke. 8 off 10. Well, that's a big help for Pembroke. And now Eli Clark will face his first delivery. Surely the field is going to come in more here now.
Yeah, they're making adjustments as we speak. That was actually a very good shot because the field was in a bit there and he just lifted it over to the infielders. Let's see what happens here.
Eli Clark to face his first delivery. Short, it's played away in the offside and it beats 2 fielders and it's going to be a couple here anyway. There's 2. The fielder just gets to it now. He's got a good arm.
Says no, sends him back, quite rightly. 5 off the over.
6 off 9 now. Eli Clark doing it exactly the right job, playing it along the ground and playing it away from the fielder. He goes for that one. It's a dot ball. 6 off 8 now. 2 balls remaining in this over. Now we all know only 6 required. It's only 1 shot, but you have to get the right ball for that.
That's a good ball actually, pitched right up. Just offline, I'd say.
Short this time.
Clark beautifully played.
Beautiful shot off the face of the bat. It's running down towards third. Is it going to reach the boundary? No, it's going to get picked up there, but that's not going to stop them from taking a third again. That's super running.
What a super shot. That's a class. That's a shot of a man, you know.
In form.
Well, also, that's not necessarily a 12-year-old shot, you know.
No, absolutely
that's
not.
a classy shot. That was a very mature shot. And he gets 3 for it.
Looks back, make sure the camera's on him.
You go, Eli.
Now, Subra. 3 runs required. Surely this is the stage whereby Phoenix have got to bring the field in. Anything off this ball. That's just what they needed. Pembroke, Subra back on strike.
Yeah. Good batting.
So, 2 runs required from the last over, and that over has been a big help. A lot of runs came from it. And Eli Clark, he scored 5 of them. Oh, 3 of them.
No, he scored 5, I think.
I thought he did as well.
He got his first shot was his first shot got. No, that's wrong. His first shot got 2.
Yeah.
And then he hit a 3.
Yeah,
down
that's
there.
what I thought. However, 2 runs required now, and Subra on strike. Surely the field has to be brought in now. There's no point having people out on the boundary at this stage. You've got to go for a maiden here. And Phoenix...
I'm pretty sure no super overs.
No.
Yeah,
We're still waiting for our first over, aren't we?
There really should be.
I don't understand yeah, this field, you've got to bring everyone in.
There's no point in having that man out on the fence.
Because even if it gets down there, you're going to run 2 anyway. Oh, yeah, but, you know, there's singles here everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, they bring in the point, the square leg.
It's almost like Phoenix believe that Pembroke have to score a boundary to win it, and they don't.
No.
They just need to get bat on ball on more than one occasion.
Eli doing some fossicking in there. Found something. Anyway, last over.
Just played into the gap. He could be in trouble here.
Oh.
It doesn't hit the stumps, though, and it goes through, and the scores are now tied. My goodness, that was a mad single to take, Ted.
That was. Got 5 extra balls to go. Anyway.
So the scores are tied.
You got to love these divisions. Always a bit of excitement.
I tell you. The halfway mark. Well, we knew that Phoenix would have wanted another 20-odd runs. They weren't happy with 100, but they've done a super job of trying to defend 100.
Have. They've made Pembroke work really hard for this.
This has not been a stroll in the park by any stretch of the imagination. If Eli can get a single here and see Pembroke home by 6 wickets. Clark goes for the big hoik.
Here's the mark running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was
Almost
particularly any need for this.
Almost a caught and bowled chance. Oh.
Just, yep. I think he'd have been in trouble with a direct hit.
I think so.
Now, scores level. Eli Clark steps out. Oh, and he's run out.
Yeah, that was a bit suicidal run. Anyway, excitement. It's not over yet, folks.
No, it's not, is it?
Can Phoenix force a draw?
Oh, now it's V coming out.
There we go.
Is it?
Because of the Adidas.
Who was the other guy? It must have been Paranjay that was out with him.
Yes.
Sorry, Paranjay. We called you V the whole day.
So V comes out to bat, and Paranjay, well, he's had probably his season's best knock, and he's been misnamed all the way through it. We apologise profusely.
Yes, so we'll have to overdub.
Sure, he'll do it at home anyway.
Yeah.
No, that's me. No, that's me.
Mm.
So the scores are tied. Last couple of deliveries. It only says 18 overs on the scoreboard. I know it's 19. And that's enough.
That's enough. Thanks for coming. It's going to be a 4.
Well, V hits the winning runs. Well, that's a fine win for Pembroke. Good all-round team performance, James.
It was. I thought they were very good with the ball. Very good in the field. I think the batting, they got home in the end, but they made it hard work for themselves, and that's a credit to Phoenix's, I think, bowling the attack as well. But I think that they mixed up the batting order, I think, to give some of the other guys a bit of a chance. It was a dicey move. It was a bold move by the captain, but it's paid off in the end. But there were some great performances out there, and I think Phoenix need to go and have a look at their batting style. I think this hoiking across the line...
Well, it cost them, didn't it?
It cost them the game. They had one good partnership, and the rest of it was just, throwing wickets away.
Bits and pieces all over the place, right?
Well, you can't expect, your last 4, as Andy Hill does a streak across the ground almost, you can't expect your last 4 batsmen to get all the runs for you. That's what the top order's for. And if you go out and play those risky shots, then, more often than not, you're going to fail. And this is what I think, I say it a few times, but I think people misunderstand IPL and misunderstand T20. They're not the same.
No, they're not. And as the two teams now shaking hands, Pembroke have to go and put some covers on because there's rain scheduled for the morning. Up in the Phoenix Park, Jonathan Garth, well, he's past his half-century. He's into the 60s now as Pembroke are 1-4-6 for 1. And they require 34 runs in 22 overs in 136 balls, and they still have 9 wickets remaining. So one would have to say this is a good day for Pembroke and not such a good day for Phoenix.
Yeah, it's a weekend they tend to want to forget about, but that's cricket. You know, I don't think Phoenix 6 should be too disappointed. They gave the Pembroke Fifths a good run for their money. You know, almost pulled it off, but it was just, you know, an extra 10 runs. Wow.
Well, many thanks to those of you who have tuned in. Niall will now show you the highlights, the wickets falling and some of the better shots of the day. The first 11, once they finish up in the park today, they'll be preparing for their game against Warringstown tomorrow in the Bob Kerr Irish Senior Cup. And who's playing here tomorrow, Niall?
In the threes.
The threes are playing here. No, I have to inform you.
The fours?
Maybe
the fours, actually.
I'll be on the bus on the way up to Warringstown tomorrow.
And I'll be in Kilkenny.
So
Tropical Kilkenny.
with the
idea where I'll be.
with the fifths 11.
You might be watching the last bit of Test match, huh?
So thank you to all of you who did tune in. And as we say, we're not entirely sure when our next broadcast will be. But until that time, we'll say thank you for your time and your attentions.
And it's always a pleasure to bring the pictures and the sounds to you. And thank you, Niall, for setting this up, and Craig for, you know, being the captain. And we'll bid you good evening.
Then you can say hello. Still 5 people out there listening.
Huh? Can't hear anything.
Now speaking to it. Can you hear it now?
Can other people hear it?
Yeah. There are 5 people still watching.